This is my time.
Will is in combat.
My patience
Haha.
wanes.
Let's give this a go. Down here. Not in a great hurry. So, okay, we got these guys here. Down the hole. That should work. Come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah, baby.
Just hurry this along.
Can I jump through there?
I am fury. I am death.
Oh, what am I doing?
This is your end.
Wait, is he not dead? What the hell?
Taking position.
Okay.
Taking my time in the shadows.
Wait, where's Will at? Can't quite hit him.
How much longer will this take? Right away. Of course.
Oh, that's not great. Who else have I got?
Waiting with bated breath. Time to press ahead. I just want a little look.
Actually, let's see if this works. Motherfucker. Well, you didn't get thrown.
Battle favors the fearless. Creator, destroyer.
I am fury. I am death.
What?
Watch and learn. Unleash me. The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped.
Don't waste a step.
Text is too faded. Doesn't tell me who was worshipped here. Text is too faded. Doesn't tell me who was worshipped here.
What was that little ping? What's here? No items, that sort of sucks.
What's that?
I'll take that.
Cursed to put my hands on everything. Bet that will fit in my...
That might be worth
Oh,
a look.
another one. Sweet. Gotta love it. Fucking hat.
Right tool will do the trick.
Wonder where this goes. Guide me, Lysel.
Action, not reaction.
No.
Defender of the people.
Nope.
I've got a long road ahead. A couple turns should do it.
That'll do it.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
scribes, but no sign of a struggle.
Let's move before we meet the same fate.
I'll give it a shot.
Yo, Solar Dragon, how you doing? This is my way of recording gameplay. Like, if you want to talk D&D, that's cool, but I'm not a role
What's
player.
in here?
I just play Baldur's Gate and having some fun. Fizz will be on a little bit later chatting. Until then, I'm just trying to finish Act 1 for the first time ever. Oh, is it? Lovely, thank you. Oh, that's probably why. That any better for you? It looks like it's... Let's see, let's see. Oh, that's even louder for me. That's good for me. Hopefully it's not doing that. Let's have a look what mic it's on. Maybe that's the thing. Webcam mic. Regular mic. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Hope everything's going well with your day, though. My family's just gone away, so I've actually got time to play computer for the first time in months on my new computer. And are you a fan of Baldur's Gate, or are you just randomly scrolling through the Twitch? You are, fair enough. Fan of Baldur's Gate 3. Well, to me that just means you've got good taste.
Which way to the nearest library?
Right up there with best games ever made.
That way.
That's what I want to hit.
Eat this! Eat this!
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Anything of use?
So I just found a little hatch and came downstairs to see what's in the hatch.
What's inside? With haste.
Here we go. So what's your deal, Solar? I mostly want to share a cool observation. Oh yes, please. 2024 handbook. I've got my notes right here. What have you got? Hang on, let's bring this shit up. What have I got? Where's a good place to talk? No, my Izakaya page is not it. Maybe this one? No, I don't even know what that is. Oh, that was for the other thing I did. Please go on with the player's handbook. Am I able to share you a... Sorry, I'm literally looking for somewhere I can just sit and chat. Because this is a new computer, so half my things are all messed up. Oh yeah, I just turned the game up. I wasn't sure if everything was loud. I'll just... Yeah, no, I hear. So mic is right up now. The reason it's down is often when I'm doing D&D roleplay, I get really loud and I peak out, so I've sort of got it turned down. There we go. So what is the 2024 stuff? And I will find a place while you type that hopefully I'll be able to just have a nice chat thing going on. I think it'll have to be this one, which sucks. That. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So it's a player handbook. I'm here for it. I'm ready to go. And that is that screen. Let's go back. Let's do the time warp again. So yeah, here we go. Yep, that is very good. I love that. Big fan of that. I'm just logging into my D&D Beyond account. Ah! Hacking in. Yes. That's your favorite thing about the Player's Handbook, or just something interesting? Because I also want to hear your favorite thing. Because huge fan of the Player's Handbook right here. Hang on. I'll jump out of this Discord. Actually, before I go to all the trouble, do you have a mic? Did you want to talk rather than type? I'm happy to do either. Okay, so be a level 11 fighter. Attack to apply disadvantage on saving throws. Okay, that's with the Hex or the Vex. Cast Mind Sliver. Nice. Attack again. Next turn, cast Hold Person. Repeat step 1 to 3 in order. Hold Person still makes it. So when you crit within 5, yeah, awesome, because they're paralyzed. I love this. I love everything about that, apart from the repeat steps 1 to 3, because it kind of, mechanically it's great, but, you know, I love, the reason I love playing different classes is all the toggles. I like to mix it up, but I do love the combo. It's very cool. Disadvantage on saving throw, cast Mind Sliver, reduce their saving throw again. Attack again next. Do you need, because the Mind Sliver, wouldn't that trigger on the last, so attack, cast Mind Sliver, attack again, next turn cast Hold Person, repeat step 1 to 3 in order. Lovely. Yeah, no, that works perfect. Big fan. Let me just go through my little notes, because I actually made quite a few, and I'm on board with what you've said. And I probably will note that down and do that combo at some stage. What was I working on here? Ba-ba-bum. I did really like the new way they've gone about rituals. Ritual casting, the little feat they've got. where you no longer need materials and different stuff. Let's have a look at this. Game rules, sources. We'll go the free rules. General feats. I think it's general feats, isn't it? Oh. Alert. So it's where's ritual? Am I going insane? Is it? Oh, that's because it's in general rules. I should be in the full rules. That's what I've done wrong. Nice, yeah. It took me a while to catch on to that. Here we go. So we go sources, player 2024. General feats. This should have ritual caster. There we go. With this benefit, you can cast a ritual spell that you've prepared using regular casting time rather than the extended time for ritual. Doesn't require a spell slot. Love that. Where else? Yeah, so this is one of the ones you could cast like Misty Step, and then this one because it doesn't require a spell slot. So I like the way they've done the spells. So like if it's there was so many arguments had about, oh, that's a racial ability. So you can do that and the other one, but this just makes it so simple. You think they nerfed dual wield? I think the dual wielder thing, let's have a look. So they really nerfed dual wielder into the ground. I think we'll bring them up and have a look. But I think it's a blessing in disguise for the character I like playing. Yes. So I think you're about to say what I feel. I feel they made dual wielder feel more like you're dual wielding and you're a master at it. So I like the concept of, rather than just buffing your AC or anything like that, it now feels like you're, you know, getting in there. You can draw both at once again, which is good. You get ability score increase, which is great. And when you take the attack action with the light property, make an extra attack as a bonus action. So yeah, with Nick, you're getting one attack. Oh yeah, with Nick. So you'd get Nick, the attack, and the bonus action attack. So you get 3. That's good. That's good. It's very cool for a rogue to get 3 attacks now. No. Yeah, it was. To me, the dual wielding longswords felt a little bit like Diablo when they are like barbarians running around with 2 hammers like this. I could never really visualize it. It felt, yeah, I get what you mean. I completely understand what you mean. It's a different field. Perhaps in one of the books about giants, I'll have a feat about holding larger weapons. Like, you know, instead of great weapon master, it's big weapon master. But no, I'm so impressed with everything they've done. What do we got here? Do I have any music for the background? Why hasn't it got music? YouTube, League of Legends, free music. Um, good. Alright, hang on, Solar Dragon. Hang on, that is perfect. What's funny is you can use any cantrip, so you can cast Mage Hand to flip someone off in the middle of combat. 100% if someone doesn't rule that as a bloody vicious mockery, I don't know what is. That's beautiful. I love that. Let me just, I'll move chats. Copy link. What the hell is that? Why is that there? I don't know if that'll work. Oh, I can't do that. Damn it. Ugh. Lame. That's the worst when you're trying to send someone a link and it won't even let you. Like, yeah. But yeah, the things I like about it is the Eldritch Knight. I actually haven't had much of a look at them yet. I've looked at most of them. I'll mainly look at the rules and the things I like about it. So I do like the magic action stuff. Concentration's easier. I don't like that when you're doing a massive spell concentration, you don't lose the spell slot if you cut off doing it. It feels like how a whole heap of bardic inspirations and stuff, you don't lose your bardic inspiration. I understand why they do it because it feels like you're lost. But yeah, let me actually bring up the Eldritch Knight because I never played them. Like, I knew the rules, but I only made one Eldritch Knight in 5e original. Yeah, hell yeah. Do Eldritch Knights fight with a different modifier, or are they still strength or dex? Do they get like intelligence or anything? Where are we? Here we go, fighter. Have we played together, Solar Dragon? Like, your name looks so familiar. It's annoying me. Where are we? Yeah, true. Eldritch Knight. Let's have a look at this baby. Come back to the, oh, I was saying the thing I hate about it is the job stagnation. You won't be able to see that, but here's my notes. And you know, if you go to a village and get them to cast Mage Hand for you, it's going to cost you 30 GP. But if you work for a full day as a skilled hireling, 2 gold pieces a day. I just feel like I feel like it's a little bit rorted. Obviously, it doesn't matter, and it's just me joking. Like they're fucking. It doesn't matter. It's different in everyone's game economy. But here we go. Eldritch Knight, spell casting, wizard spell list. I'm going to bring that up. Okay, Ray of Frost and Shocking Grasp are recommended. Why are they recommended? I'm agreeing with you with the it's strange. Shocking Grass, definitely, that's cool. But why Ray of Frost? A ranged spell attack, 1d8 cold damage. Is it because cold damage isn't as resisted as flame and stuff? Wait, where's green flame blade? Am I blind? What's going on? Green and booming blade. Did they remove it? Okay, I'm getting a little bit scared here because D&D Beyond. Let's just go here. Green. Oh my god. New keyboard. Who dis? Did they remove Flameblade? No. Flameblade. No, that's a spell. Green Flameblade. They did. They removed it. Those motherfuckers. Sorry, language. They removed it. That ain't cool. Obviously can still use it. Maybe they noticed what you're noticing, what you're saying, it's not quite a small thing. Or maybe they're saving it for a new book. Both are from Tasha's. Yeah, so that sucks. But still, we can still use it. That's all right. But no, I did not know they removed it from the 2024. True Strike, that's right. That's a good one, isn't it? So, yes, I love that. Wait, hang on. Does that mean you can use... So True Strike. Are rogues going to be able to use True Strike if they're like arcane tricksters? Because they get the wizard spell list now. And it's not limited to the illusion and enchantment. Make one weapon attack. So it could be ranged like a longbow. Radiant damage. Hmm. You attack using your spellcasting ability. So you could go full int instead of dex for your rogue. Focus on the attack, deals damage. It could be radiant damage with your sneak attack. But you say you wouldn't get advantage anymore. You should, like, if it's a environmental advantage, you should get it. What is going on here? YouTube. Yeah, they don't get extra attack. They do get, you can do nick and stuff. I was very tempted to do like a dual wielder rogue that gets into close combat and just see what I can do with all the new shit coming out. And how does a dragonborn, sorry, I know I'm a little bit ADHD at the moment, but I'll just look up how the dragonborn reacts with their breath weapon. Can you like replace the nicks? You wouldn't be able to, surely not. Game rules, species. Hey. Yeah, I can't handle this. Remember, it used to be called races, and then all of a sudden they want it to be speckies. No, I don't care. I think it's funny. I think it's respectful. They're a very good company. They do what they... So here we go. Where is it? Breath weapons. I've actually never seen... Like, I work with some big corporations, and I've never seen any corporations take on as much feedback as these people. Nick means you retain your bonus. No, you can't. I'm pretty sure you can. I'll look this up. Weapon masteries. Yeah, so Nick, I think it literally is worded so you can use the bonus action as well. Mastery property is. Do I have it on the wrong page? I do, don't I? No, so when you make an extra attack of the light property, you can make it as a part of the attack action instead of the bonus action. You can take this extra attack only once. So when you make an attack of the light property with a weapon of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of a bonus action. So yeah. So basically you attack once and then you get another attack on that same attack action. So then if you have extra attack as well, yeah. Yeah, so I think at level 5 you actually get so if you've got the extra attack feature, you attack once, and if you've got a weapon of the light property, you can use your nick on that first attack, and then you can extra attack, and then you can also bonus action attack, so you can get 4 attacks at level 5. I'm thinking. I know I've heard that on a few YouTube videos I watched. Nick weapon mastery. I think it was the more hey. Keep playing. Okay, so Nick. We should briefly cover that being able to attack twice while dual wielding light weapons has suddenly changed. Instead of being covered under melee attacks, the rules for dual wielding light weapons are covered under the light weapon property. It still functions the same way. When you make an attack with a weapon that has light property, you can use a bonus action to make one attack with a different light weapon you're wielding. So that's if you're like carrying 2 daggers. The Nick Mastery property allows you to make the additional attack you receive from wielding 2 light weapons as part of the initial attack action. Keep in mind that doesn't mean that you can make a 3rd attack as a bonus action. As the light, this is what you were saying, as the light property specifies you only get 1 extra attack. But while it may not pump your damage, this frees up your bonus action to use class features and species abilities, such as the rogue's cunning action, while getting an extra attack in. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what it does. And isn't the new shield isn't there a whole heap of ones for knocking people around now? Let's have a look. God, I love this shit. It's good. I like this. Cleave is awesome now. And oh, this is great. Yeah, that's the Vex one. So just thinking, if there's like a claymore or a great sword or something that's got cleave, and you use like green flame blade, you could cleave through, but then also have the green flame blade hit them as well, which is very cool. So let's have a look at Vex. If you hit a creature, yeah. So if you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll against the creature before the end of your next turn. Love that. It's very cool. And like topple. Do you reckon this is going to take... Do you think this is going to take away from the Battle Master? Like having all these options used to be like the Battle Master's thing. But I like that everyone can do it now, because let's face it, we all played that we all could do this. I don't know a Dungeon Master that didn't let everyone do all this stuff. Like, I still think one of my favorite things in this whole thing is, where is it? Weapons. The heavy crossbow, where is it? Has the push one. If you hit a creature with this weapon, you can push them 10 feet straight away from you. I love that. Yo, Fizz, what are you doing, man? We're talking D&D. I'm in the Among Mates channel. Feel free, Solar, if Fizz can send you a link to that, feel free to join and we can all talk rather than chatting, because I know it gets a bit wary on the phone or on the computer. I do have Baldur's Gate open, but I got distracted. But yeah, basically I love the idea of the heavy crossbow. So yeah, 400 range, they're running towards you, it's just wind it up, bonk, hit them, knock them back 10 feet, just absolutely king hitting them. I love it. I think it's, and I'm really, honestly, you've joined the stream and I'm waiting. Are you waiting on? Oh, that's okay, man. Oh, 6 a.m. Where is it? You've joined the stream and I'm waiting. Oh, dude, no, completely on. I think that's it there. Are you able to share that in chat? Oh, no, dude, we can do a crit and miss one. Ah, okay. Here we go. Invite. Huh? Yo, how you doing?
Good, good.
Let me turn you up a little bit. For some reason, you're quiet. Perfect.
Now it's better.
Perfect. I'll send you a link. Can you post this in the Twitch? Because it is not working for me. I'm trying to post stuff.
The link you just sent me.
See if that works. Because I'm trying to post
I'm
it in my own Twitch, and it's trying to get me to sign up to bloody like I literally went to type in my own Twitch channel, and it's like, "Would you like to log into Twitch?" And I was like, I'm streaming on Twitch right now, dude. I'm logged in. I'm all logged in." But now we're just talking about weapon masteries and the Eldritch Knight, the new one.
Yep.
And yeah, Solar has definitely pointed out how good it is. Oh yeah, sorry if you auto joined, VC. Apologies for that. That's I don't know how to do the thing.
Is that where that awkward porn music came from? Can you imagine how awkward? You get yanked into a voice chat thinking you're just joining a Discord. Something awful going on.
Happens every day.
Right? It probably does to somebody.
Well, it makes sense. You know, I end up on porn things all the time. But you know, it's generally because I search them.
So what's the deal with this Eldritch Knight? Like, what makes it
So you can replace
cool?
your attacks with cantrips.
You always could though, right?
But the type of cantrips aren't limited, sort of thing. So you can use Mage Hand. You can do all sorts of shit. So let's actually have a read of it because it's very cool. So you know 2 cantrips of your choice, recommended Ray of Frost and Shocking Grasp. Whenever you gain a final level, you can replace one. Spell slots, you have a shit ton more. War Bond. You learn a ritual that creates a bond between you. So this is the same as last time. You got a weapon. The weapon must be within your reach for the ritual. At the conclusion, you can summon that shit. You can't be disarmed of it. I still am very proud of one of the first things I ever did in D&D was I made a custom weapon, which is basically a shield that had rails on it on the back that you hold, and then you could separate the shield. So if there's a 5-foot corridor, so it's like a tower shield, you'd turn on its side, separate it, and it had rails, and then you could put your spear in and use that like a bloody ballista. Took like 2 turns.
So you told me about this one before, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I do love the whole summoning your weapon back thing. I love that concept.
Yeah, so that hasn't changed. The spell slots haven't changed.
When you take your attack action on your turn, you can replace one of the cantrips with the casting of one of your wizard cantrips. That is the casting time of an action.
So in the other one, it's worded like this.
Yep.
When you use your action to cast a cantrip, you can make a weapon attack as a bonus action.
Yeah, and I think people used to wait, no, but wouldn't that be action casting as a cantrip, so it's not replacing one of your attacks?
Well, you can either cast or attack, right? Those are the 2 actions.
No, but when you take the attack action, you can replace one of your attacks with a cantrip.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. And then if you're a dragonborn, you can also replace one of your attacks with a fire, dragon breath.
Right.
So you could literally go as a fighter with 3 attacks. You could attack once, but that's like a I'll actually Solar actually put a really good combo in, but I've reset my chat, so I don't have it. But basically, it was use your
attack, cantrip, attack. Right?
Oh, yeah. Attack to lower saving throws, then Mind Sliver, then cast Hold Person. Oh, sorry, then attack, then cast Hold Person. But the idea is so they're stuck paralyzed for eternity. Very cool.
But wait, no, the hold person, that's a spell, not like cantrip.
Yeah, no, the Mind Sliver is the cantrip.
Oh, I guess you're action surging,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
he said on your next turn, but you could also use your action surge. But like I was just saying, like you can with this, you can you could first attack, you could do your cantrip. Second attack, you could do a cone. Then your third attack, you could attack with a light weapon and have the nick, so you'd actually get 2 attacks on that one. And then you could bonus action cast telekinesis or something. Like that's a pretty full fucking turn. That's amazing. That's actually really good. Like Dragonborn are a little bit OP this time. Like I'm a big fan of them mechanically.
So the one thing I'm curious about is in the new, so it pretty much sounds the same to me, except for this whole Nick thing. Um, but Eldritch Knights were locked to a specific, like 2 schools, like because they, for Shield and something else. Like, is the new one
It,
locked to 2 schools of
no, it's not
magic?
locked. It's just all wizard.
Wizard. Okay.
So all of them, basically.
Well, like the Arcane Trickster was locked to
Yeah, it's not locked
move
either
and
now.
then enchant.
I think both
Yeah.
of them are just wizard spells. So I think I did it on this one. So I brought up the wizard spells on one of these pages. I got it on my tabs. Which one was it? Where are you? But yeah, I'm in love with the heavy crossbow push. Like just the visual of someone getting hit with a heavy. Yeah, they're no longer locked. Flyer's 5th level is awesome.
Oh, I see. Eldritch Strike.
Yeah,
When you hit them with a weapon attack, they had disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes.
yeah.
Okay.
So let me
Yeah,
just.
I mean that's strong. That alone is strong.
It's strong, like it, and it feels good. Arcane Charge. When you use your action search, you can teleport 30 feet. That's goddamn amazing.
You know what's interesting? Both the Arcane Trickster and the Eldritch Knight, they're like third casters, mostly martial.
Mm.
But both of them have abilities that give disadvantage on your next spell,
Yeah,
right? But the thing is your spells are so limited. You're at like at best you have like a 3rd level spell slot 1.
yeah.
Like it's actually when you get that 2nd level, you have 3 2nd level spells. That's it.
Yeah,
And like
I know
I mean, not to
exactly.
say that low level spells can't do damage or like lock something down, but it's such a cool thing. But then you're so, I mean, I guess it's a balancing thing.
Well, you actually get a lot more spells though. I say maybe you don't. You're doing the paladin. These guys. Let's have a quick look.
No, they're exactly the same.
Is it?
This was the first thing I pulled up when you were like, they get more spells. I'm like, what's going on?
You got access to more spells.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
here's
sure.
the thing I love about what they've done with the classes is a lot of the things I thought that were really iconic of the class. I know you already know about my wild shape issue, how I didn't like how sometimes in games turns would take 1 hour to go around the group. And if your turn is literally moving forward and casting wild shape and everyone else is doing it takes them an hour, it sucked. Like those games sucked. I love they've changed it to bonus actions
I'd
for
like
that.
to say those people suck.
Yeah, those people suck, but it was common. Like if you go to Adventure League, that would happen a lot. In your home games, not so much. Like whenever I look at rules, I look at someone joining a game they don't have as much power in, because I know if I played with you, Fizz, I could argue something or I could discuss, and you'd be reasonable. Whereas if you played with me, I'd tell you to get fucked. I'd be like, "This is my game. Don't try and control me." You know me, but but the thing I was going to say was barbarian. I think it's instinctive pounce. So all of them.
Yep.
When you enter your bonus action, you move half your speed. All of them, not just the berserker.
That was literally my favorite thing from Tasha's. I pretty much hated everything that Tasha's was. I realize now that's what they were going to do to D&D for this one D&D. It was like cherry popping, so to speak. But that was the one thing I did like.
Yeah,
Was that particular ability, because
it's great.
you want your barbarian in the front. Everybody does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, to me, that is a example of a perfect change. It doesn't upset the balance. Everyone
Yes.
loves it. It feels aggressive. Like, it's very class typical.
It makes sense with rage. You rage and charge, right?
There's
Like,
also an alternative strategy by casting Earthen Grasp because they need to get an action to break out of it. Oh god. Safety grab, long strider, find familiar, haste with it. I do, yeah, and haste without much issue. 100%.
yeah, you're right. You could lock somebody down with
Yeah,
that. You strike them once with a sword, they have disadvantage. You hit them with the mind sliver, they have the D4 minus. Disadvantage with the D4, earthen grasp,
dude.
and then whack them again.
I'm
And 2 more times, because fuck it.
I'm picturing this guy running up to him, doing his thing, dragon breath, hits him, does his earthen grasp. Then they go, "Yo, I'm outie." They like misty step away. Like, you know, I'm gonna say they're like a gnome or something that gets the misty step away when you attack them. And then they action surge and teleport on top of them again and keep attacking. Like, it's brutal. Like, it's the biggest lockdown class ever. Yeah, and a half orc with extra crit damage, like extra points for that. And this is what I mean. Like, I really feel they leaned into the classes and the feel of them. Because a lot of the things, like, I like that you get your Eldritch invocations early now. And, like, you know, pretty much almost everything in the game has been balanced. So, like, if you look at the subclasses, most of them follow a very similar pattern. So you'll have, like, the rogues the rogues will have one psionic, one sort of dark, one sort of fey, and one sort of generic assassin. And, like, they all sort of follow that pattern, but they're all unique.
Yeah, like a primal, what, arcane divine, maybe? No.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't know. For me, it's a lot of it's hard to swallow. Like, a lot of my favorite subclasses got cut out.
Yeah, they'll come with time. Stuff will come
Yeah.
with time. Like, the main thing I didn't want them to do was ruin the game. I didn't want them to go through the game and, like, make like they were talking about making some pretty big changes to things. I think what they did was they looked at the things that most people argue about and went, "Oh, we can fix that."
Okay, we've got probably polarizing views then, because
So like, for
I think
instance,
they could just
initiative with
pop-
stealth, like, do you have advantage and do you get sneak attack, that sort of thing?
what? I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I
You know what I was
apologize.
saying? Because I don't know what you were saying.
You were saying we had conflicting point of views.
Yeah. So I heard yours.
I would love
You
to
don't
hear
mind?
yours, Fizz. I apologize.
I don't know what it is.
I was saying that I feel they went through and fixed a lot of things that people argue about and complain about.
And then you were going on to say something else. I don't know what that was either.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like what they did for like stealth slash whether you have advantage, like for the assassin subclass, they made it easy. They just sort of said, hey, if you're going before them.
Oh, you mean they got rid of surprise?
Yeah.
Yeah, because GMs were so dumb. Like, how could you
Yes.
not understand surprise?
Yeah, no, this is my
They
like
caused so many arguments on so many tables because the GMs are dumb.
dude,
That nobody is taught how to be a GM. They get the player sheet on D&D Beyond, and they think they know everything about D&D because they have that character sheet. They've got no idea. Like, pick up the basic rules, pick up the player's handbook, and God forbid, pick up the Dungeon Master's fucking guide. It's just a couple of lines of text, people. Like, learn to play the game.
I I'm excited about the Dungeon Master's book. Solid Dragon said you can also use mending. Mending in combat to mend someone's shoelaces together.
Hmm.
And of course, since we're talking about lockdown, lightning lure as well. But no, like
I
a
bet
hundred.
you
I'm
lemon.
I'm looking forward to the Dungeon Master guide because I've watched the videos on it, and it is apparently set up like a guide for a dungeon. Like I know this sounds crazy with a book called the Dungeon Master Guide, but
Ah,
it used to be just a list of shit.
this goes back to my point. Uh, that I was trying to make, the polarizing thing.
Hmm.
I think all they did was dump overpowered player options, forcing the player base, which is way bigger than the GM base, to say this is great. Uh, Meanwhile, they're getting us all to subscribe to it, and they haven't released the Dungeon Master's Guide. The Dungeon Masters are so far behind the curve here that you're letting the players create the game. Well, I think we're just destroyed. This was a big, foolish money grab that's going to break D&D. There'll be a few diehards that stick around in 5e. There'll be a few people that run this thing into the ground. Uh, but in the end, I think I'm ready to make my own. Like, I'm ready to go try some others. They've forced me out of D&D, is what they're doing, in my opinion.
That's okay.
Like,
I
greed's one thing, but what they're doing is just dumb. Like, why would you hide the DMG from the Dungeon Masters? Wouldn't you want them to be prepared to run your new game?
uh,
I mean, that's a simple question, right? Like,
I hear.
if it was your game, what would you want?
I hear what you're saying. I feel like the reason they did it in this order was exactly what you're saying. Like this is purely stock prices, money for the company, more people will buy it, player options. So yeah, they did that for as a money choice, and I completely agree with that. I'm also of the opinion that they needed to see the balancing a little. They had to work on the balancing a little bit more for the bastions and all that side of thing, because they've done like the way it sounds like it's going to go is the Dungeon Master Guide is going to have kind of like what I liked. Which one was it? Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. So it's going to have like an area with information on that area, populations, cultures, all that stuff, maps, possible scenarios you can run. Then, like, hey, here's
That's not good because that's a setting book.
no,
You
no,
need a
no, but
five.
that's what I'm saying. So they're going to have like a Dungeons Master Guide. They're going to actually have how to set up the game, like different ways to do that and examples, different story modes and different how do you build worlds and environments and everything. And then they're actually going to have a setting that you can apply all the stuff in the guide onto. So I think it's going to be good, man. Like I'm actually really excited for it because the old Dungeon Master Guide, I'll give you an example. Ready? I was going through the new rules, and I found this. Let me just. Where should I do it? I'll do it here. Sources, 2024. So I was going through the glossary conventions. Is it rules glossary? Nope. Here we go. And here's my example. Simultaneous effects. So if two or more things happen at the same time on a turn. So this is the rule. The person at the table, be it player or DM, whose turn it is, decides the order in which those things happen. For example, if two effects occur at the start of the player character's turn, so somebody's on 2 death point, sorry, help me with English. If somebody's on 2 death marks, two death points or whatever it is, and at the start of their turn they're going to take damage and they're going to be healed by an aura, it'll be that player's decision on which order it happens, whether he gets the heal first or he gets killed. This is something I've seen people go to fisticuffs over because the DM wants it to be dramatic, so they want the person to die, so they say the damage goes on first. Okay, so...
Well, I mean, again, that goes to your GM not knowing what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. In the old rules, I actually tried to find the rule on this in one of the big arguments, and I couldn't find it. I went through the DMG. Do you know where it is?
I would imagine the player's handbook.
No, Xanathar's guide.
Xanathar's? Okay.
So I was like looking for it for ages, and because I finally had the terminology of simultaneous effects, I found it in here. And it's like, hey, whether DM or player. So they even added a little bit more text on it. But
well, D&D Beyond's tags or SEO just sucks.
Yeah.
Searching for anything on D&D Beyond is a nightmare.
True.
Like unless you know exactly where it is, like you might as well search the internet and then come back later.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like, I think the book was that outdated. Half the time you had to go to all the different rule changes and stuff to find anything. And had people like bringing up Jeremy Crawford's tweets and arguing it. And I was like, the game had got a bit long in the tooth. There'd been too many changes. There's been too many arguments. We know what everyone hates at the moment, and we sort of got rid of a lot of it. I'm just going to say the new stuff from the Marshals really helps them in the competition between them and spellcasters. 100%. And also, I said before, I love toggles. If you wanted to knock someone down before, you used to have to
Shove?
Pardon? Shove, yeah. Or you'd have to take like a shield mastery or something. And like all these things like disarming and that. Or like, things you want to do. That was just the Battle Master. And most DMs ruled that you could do all this stuff. If you were a martial person, you wanted to try it, they'd let you do it. Which then took away from the Battle Master.
I think that's been an overarching problem, is GMs letting people do what other classes allow.
Mm.
And then, it just kind of watered down the whole thing and everything became the same. And nobody was special. You were only as special as your GM would allow you to be.
Yeah.
When you could have just picked the class and played it. I know it's not popular opinion, but...
No, I actually agree with you. And like, the thing I hated about the wizard class and their subclasses is I felt you'd go there and you'd choose. Hang on, I'll actually bring this up. You'd go to a Graviturgy wizard, ready? From
like 6 messages we haven't mentioned Solar in.
Oh shit! Sorry, Sol. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. New stuff with martial. Yeah, I wish you could switch out cantrips. You can switch out cantrips, can't you? I like the concept of someone replacing the utility with something more combat focused. I thought you could switch out cantrips for most. Or is it only per level? I know that for the divine people, like the druids and that, you can switch out your cantrips. Let me just quickly have a look at the, before I go on my tangent for wizards, I just want to have a look at the fighter
One of
when
the
you,
things with Baldurs, they completely neutered the paladin. Uh,
when you,
you
yeah,
talk about the divine smite being a bonus action. One of my favorite reasons for playing the paladin, which I've never actually played one. I'm playing one first time tonight in Baldur's Gate 3.
yeah,
But I've always known that they have these bonus action spells like Wrathful Smite, which causes fear, or
love
Searing Smite,
Raffle
which
Smite.
does fire damage, or Thunderous Smite, which does like knockback and thunder damage, which makes them the in my mind like one of the coolest marshals because they can choose the element they're going to attack with.
Yeah,
And I knew it was always concentration. It was always a bonus action. And people are like, oh no, but I'm concentrated and I'll lose. Well, no, because you cast it and then attack, right? So I just say I'm going to Thunderous Smite and I attack. So it was always cool with me. But then making Divine Smite a bonus action, they should have. I mean, I guess it does Radiant, but they should have given it an extra thing, an extra save. Like maybe it also caused blindness, right? I
uh,
think that's where they really
yeah,
screwed up.
yeah. I don't know. Was it you I was talking to about this? I was talking about it with someone the other day, and I was saying the thing I would have loved to seen for the paladins. I'm getting so look at my tabs just building up. Uh, the thing I'd love to see for the paladins is that when you cast that bonus action, the subclasses. So whenever you do a bonus action smite, the
Yeah.
subclasses got an extra thing.
Wait, is that a real thing?
No, I'm
What do you
saying
mean?
like
Oh,
I think I might play it that way because
yeah.
I honestly think that sounds amazing.
I think
Where
that's
the
something you do for a setting. Uh, I was talking to I think Mark the other day about backgrounds, right? Like when you have just the normal player's handbook backgrounds, there's like I don't know, 15 of them, right?
yeah.
Uh, you can say, okay, in my world, because you chose criminal spy, this secret to my world is available to you. Like you wouldn't tell them when they make their character, but as
Oh,
they
that's
join the
cool. I
world,
like that.
you you could hand it off to them. This belongs to you because of who you are in this setting.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like that.
and they can do what they want, right? Like, and I think the same thing you're saying, you could do the same thing with a setting with certain subclasses.
Yeah,
You
well,
get this benefit in this world, kind of thing.
yeah, no,
Which,
like an organized person would do that. For me, I'd just rule it as part of my ADHD and D, where I just add rules in that I think are cool. So, like, what I was thinking was Oath of Glory. When you activate your, like, when you say your little prayer and your blade starts glowing.
a hole opens up in the wall.
Well, I was more thinking for the glory, you get like a when you do it, you get a dash action with no opportunity attacks. And it's basically that moment in the fight where you've
Oh
just like dashed through.
no, you want the bard ability.
Oh, what's the bard ability?
It's a bard class. Nobody ever. Hold on, I'll find it. Nobody ever plays it, but it's such a cool bard. Just for its one ability. Creation? No. Eloquence.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
While you're looking for that,
grammar.
I'm just going to read out Solar Dragons. Imagine Paladin's extra attack with Nick with the old Smite burning 4 spell slots in a turn, but doing a boatload. Yeah, that. I think that's why they had to do this. Like a Paladin
All right.
using extra attack and Nick and being able to drop a Smite whenever they crit fish is just
Hmm.
insane. It'd be great
Yeah,
for Baldur's Gate 3, though.
I think they never intended for paladins to be able to smite on a hit. like to I think they in the way they like because just the way they changed it now kind of like implies that it's what they meant. But uh, I think oh my God, words. You were supposed to declare it before you attacked. I'm going
Yeah.
to smite if I hit. Yeah, and
Oh
not
yeah.
just waiting for a crit.
And I'm just saying like the thing like, and I'll go into this with the wizard in a sec, but the thing I would have loved to see is because the smite's such a defining feature of the paladin, I would have loved to see, since they've made them bonus actions, if it gives you that little thing. So, Oath of Glory might give you, like, whenever you do it,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
now
yeah.
do a triple jump. You can do a jump,
Check that out.
for that
The link.
turn, you get an extra 10 feet of movement and your jumps are doubled or something like that.
So look at
College of
Mantle of
Glamour.
Inspiration.
Then the other one has College of Glamour. I'll have to read this. But like each subclass
No,
had a
no,
different thing for
not College
smiting.
of Glamour. It's in there. It's called Mantle of Inspiration.
I see it. As a bonus
It's
action,
at
you
the
can
next.
expend one of your bardic inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's the rest of it.
No. I know. Sorry. Yes, because I know what the rest of this is. I'll keep reading. Um, when you choose a number of creatures you see within 60 feet, up to equal your charisma modifier, each of them gains 5 temporary hit points. When a creature gains these temporary, it immediately uses its reaction to move its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Yeah.
Oath of Glory should have gotten that line.
Yes. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Instead of that weird shit.
Yeah. But like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
And like, I just think because there was a really cool bit in the D&D movie where the paladin is like running and you can see him like close his eyes and hold his sword up and the sword starts glowing and then he jumps and attacks the dragon. And to me, that was him bonus action casting his smite. You know what I mean? So visually, that's what I've always pictured with smite happening. I didn't see it as like when they attack, all of a sudden there's a big burst and they're like, whoa, thanks God. Didn't know I was going to crit on that one. Thanks God. Uh,
No, I don't think it's like a surprise. I think you like declare it, right?
no, yeah, no, declare it. That's what I mean.
Like
Like,
like
I
like
see,
the sword powers up and then you swing it, right?
yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
exactly right. I'm saying I see it that way as well. I see it as a bonus. The bonus action is you sort of saying a prayer, holding your thing up, doing a little hand swiggle, and then attacking it, and with your blades glowing with divine energy, and that's when the big thunderous smite goes off and kapowie, nothing left, gibbed. But no, I love that. But yeah,
One thing I do miss about the paladin now is the Eldritch Smite, because I was one of those people that would use the Thunderous Smite, and if I ever happened to crit on that, and I could throw Eldritch Smite on it and actually double all of that, that's like a fantasy that I've
yeah,
always had, but they have such limited spell slots. The chances of it happening are like slim. What, 10%?
yeah.
I think, yeah.
It'd
You'd
be
have to have
really cool to
advantage.
pair those two. So do the Eldritch Smite first, so knock them prone, and then attack with advantage and do the Divine Smite. Funnily enough, if you grab Gift of the Metallic Dragon, you are very similar to a Paladin functionally. Really? Gift of the Metallic Dragon. Is that in the old guide though? Or is
It's a feat.
it the old feat? It'd be the old feat,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll bring up this wizard subclass and I'll show you exactly why. I think I know what this one is. Metallic Dragon. Draconic Healing. Chromatic Dragon maybe?
No, I think it's the healing part, so you can like lay on hands,
Cure Wounds.
and then Protective Wings kind of has the vibe.
Ah, yes. You can use your reaction to manifest spectral wings from your back. Grant bonus to a target's AC. Proficiency bonus. Yeah, that's very cool.
Oh, did you see the end of World Render?
It ended?
Uh, my, yeah. So my character, Sir Bruno, right?
Yeah.
Ralph Wheat Fury.
Yeah.
He got that. He got that feat, and the first time he uses it, fighting this dragon, his opposing family dragon, uh, they got shattered off of him and he died, like all in one
What?
hit. Yeah, like the whole not angelic, but draconic wings like sprout from me, and I'm all ready to like fly in at the
Oh, I'm so
dragon, and
sorry,
then
dude.
yeah, somebody clipped my wings in my life, and it was over.
That sucks so much. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
I
Mark.
had like finally ascended in that moment, and then
So,
shattered like
Solar Dragon,
glass on
this
the
is a
ground.
Thursday night campaign that just ended last week. I'm taking it. Um, so I will say, I was watching the show intently, Fizz,
Hmm.
and then my wife says to me, "Hey, babe, you've been bugging me to watch Deadpool versus Wolverine with you for ages. Let's do it." And I was currently like a very, very dedicated husband, sitting on the toilet doing a poo, hiding from the kids at the time. And no, I'm just kidding. They were asleep, but I was still doing a poo. She asked that, and I said, "Yeah, yeah, sure." So I'm watching on Twitch, and then Mark turns to the camera and goes, "It's 9:30 now, guys. Um, we might call it early tonight, so we might try and finish by 10." And you guys started talking about wrapping it up, and I turned to my wife and said, "Hey, you know what? Let's watch Deadpool Wolverine." So we started watching it, enjoyed it. Great movie. The movie finished. I look at Twitch. You guys are still going at like 12 o'clock. I'm like,
Yeah,
you
and that
son of
was
a
the one that
bitch.
ended it. Yeah,
That's but
yeah,
so ready. This is what I'm talking about. So wizard, you know how I said like the classes sort of have all been made, like in the old one I felt like no one was special. Like in the old one, the bard was the best counterspeller in the game mechanically, which is stupid when you have a subclass called the abjuration subclass.
yeah. I don't think the bard was the best
They
counterspeller.
they were they were
Wow.
because they were exactly the same as everyone else, but the bard could add their jock of all trades or whatever, jack of all trades, to their counterspell
Oh,
check.
yeah, but you're talking about a +2 for
Yeah, making them
proficiency bonus.
mechanically better. Like that's what I'm saying. Whereas now, if you go to the subclasses,
Well, so war magic would give you a +5 as a wizard.
the war magic you got a +5 to your AC.
Okay, hold on, I'll pull it up. You pull up yours, I'll pull up mine.
Yeah. Beep, ba, 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 da, boom. Beep, ba, 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 da, boom.
All of a sudden, dead air. Yeah,
What was that, sorry?
I was all of a sudden dead air.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. I was just singing. Oh, protective wings pretty much is like a free cast of shield, 100%, and you can protect other people, which is nice. Other people. No, you don't have to. I got you. I filled it in without you having to correct it. Solar Dragon, you speak our language. You can skip words. We'll know what you mean. Also, combine it with your Sentinel to attack people who attack your friends for something super fitting for a super protective character. Yes, love it to death. The what was it? Oh, you wanted me to look up the old.
No, no. You were saying abjuration versus bard.
Yeah, yeah. So I have to look up the old abjuration, not the new one. Ba, 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 ba.
Okay, yeah. So it gives them their proficiency bonus, and because the other guys have jack of all trades,
Mm,
they get half their proficiency bonus.
yeah. No, you
But they
don't
wouldn't
add
have
your
bard
proficiency
for it.
to what's it called, checks. It's like your int mod.
It says when you cast an abjuration spell that requires you to make an ability check as part of casting that spell, counter spell, dispel magic, you add your proficiency bonus to that ability check.
Who's that for?
Abjuration wizard.
Oh, I have to work something out. Um,
Not to mention all the other cool shit they get that ties into it.
Is that on the new one or the old one?
The old one. The new one
Hang on, let me look at this.
called an
That's 2014.
called an abjurer.
Class features. Come on. Ugh. Subclasses. Where are you?
Oh, it's the same as in the new one.
Let me show you. So let's School of Enchantment. Where is this? School of Divination. Abjuration should be this one. So Abjuration Savant. So second level, you can do that. You get Arcane Ward, Projected Ward.
Which are main.
So yeah, at 10th level, you can add your proficiency bonus. So that's when they start doing stuff. All right. Now,
Yeah, and on the new one, it's at 18th level.
well, wait for it. So Abjuration Savant. So you get that. You get a ward, Projected Ward, which is just like shield somebody else. Okay. Now let's do this properly. With the subclass. Arcane War. Where is this? Am I on the right? 2024. Here we go. Core Wizard Trade, Wizard subclass. Abjura. Okay, so as soon as you choose it at level 3, so you instantly get 2 spells of your wizarding school extra. So you don't have to choose those your normal way. You get your 6, you get a spell for your level, and then you get another 2 spell. Add 1 wizard spell from your abjuration school for free.
That's really bad.
Pardon, why?
Well, so if you're forced to take abjuration spells, that means that there's not going to be any abjuration spells for you to learn later on. And this becomes important when it comes time to scribe your scrolls, because as you know, an abjuration wizard gets a discount on learning abjuration spells.
Yeah, but I think
So
they've
the
got rid
idea
of
is
that.
you take evocation, you take illusion, you take whatever else, and then you look for those scrolls in books and things because you know they'll be cheap.
Yeah, but I'm
If they got rid
saying
of
they got rid of
spells,
that.
then yeah,
So you no longer have to get a discount on scribing them.
nobody gets a discount now.
Nobody gets a
even if you're-
discount. You just get spells from your school for free. Additional to any other. So if anybody else was trying to be an abjurer, they would not have as many abjuration spells as you because you're an abjuration wizard. Okay?
Yeah.
Which is cool. Then you, okay, so blah, blah, blah. Where is it? I don't want to get lost in the reads. Where is this? So you got your ward, cool. Yeah, whenever you cast abjuration spells, you do that. Alternatively, as a bonus, because you used to have to cast a spell to buff your thing. Now, as a bonus action, you can just expend spell slots and get hit points back in your ward, which is cool.
Which is the same thing as casting an abjuration spell, right? Except you don't get to cast an abjuration spell, you just consume a spell slot. So instead of casting a ward on somebody and then getting a ward boosted on you, you consume a slot, the other benefits are gone. This is so far.
No, you can
So much
still
worse
cast
than
you
the
can
old
still
one.
cast a spell
Oh, you can.
alternatively. So now you can do it
Gotcha,
silently without casting a spell and telling everyone where you are.
Okay. Okay, there's a benefit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I thought it
projected
was
ward,
something.
30 feet, take reaction. What do it? It actually, the way they've defined how damage goes on is better in this one, which is good. Now, here's what I love. At level 10, you always have counter spell and dispel magic spells prepared. So it no longer counts towards your thing. So you always have them.
I just want to say you're an asshole if you didn't prepare those.
100%, but a lot of people didn't because a lot of DMs randomly brought them up. They never had it in game for like 2 years, and you've been carrying it that whole time. Then they go, "Oh, this is going to be a big battle. Bring all your best battle spells," and you go in, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't
Okay.
bring dispel magic."
So we're back to bad GMs again.
Yeah, no,
Because
100%.
if you have an abjuration wizard in your party in your game, You know, the one thing they're fucking ready to nut over is counterspelling.
Oh
So
no,
if you don't bring
counterspell, but dispel
casters,
magic. I see a lot of people drop after 2 years of no dispelling, and also because it takes an action, it's a bit rough. But now, not only do you add your proficiency bonus like the last level 10, but now you can cast dispel magic as a bonus action.
okay.
So that's
I mean,
something nobody else in the game can do.
yeah. And like you just said, nobody else in the game actually does.
Also, and when you cast either spell, that slot isn't expended if the spell fails.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like,
That
this is
that
a
part, that line
spellbreaker
right
wizard.
there was good. Yeah.
Yeah, but the best one is actually, my favorite one is the illusionist, because they, like the old illusionist. Let me just, I think I've got it right here. Illusionist, sorry. Oh, here we go. You could still attack if they leave while disengaging with the sentinel. Yeah, that's good. Honestly, in 20, my Eldritch Knight character only needs 2 feats. The rest can be ASI. Oh my god. Don't do that to people. Eldritch Knight with 20s on stats is absolute monster. So School of Illusion in 2014, ready? Half price on your savants. Then improved minor illusion. So that meant that
Which that's so important. That line right there, because so many people. I think 2 days ago I had somebody say I cast minor illusion on their head and I have oatmeal coming out of their ears. Minor illusion can't do that,
yeah,
but with this it can.
yeah.
Right? Actually,
And
no. This is just sound and image. You need both
cantrip
things.
doesn't count, and yeah, you can do both sound and image. Then, so let's go just ability by ability. So that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go back to that one. Hopefully it's here. Yep. So once again, they got rid of the spell thing, and you just get spells, which is good. So you get extra spells every level that are illusion. Now you can cast. This is level 3. You can cast illusion spells because they changed the rules to say clearly, if
Where do
you're
you see a
doing
level
verbal
3?
components within like 100 feet of people, they can hear you. So they've said that in the rules now. There's none of this like.
Oh no, it always has been.
It always
There's-
has been, but everyone was like, I whisper them.
It doesn't matter. There's you roll 2d6 times 10 or something.
Yeah, you and I
Uh,
know this, but I like this is one of the things that comes up a lot. They made it clear. So now, level 3 improved illusions, you can cast illusion spells without providing verbal components. And if the illusion spell has
very
a
important.
cast range of 10, more than 10 feet, the range is increased by 60. You also know the minor illusion cantrip, and you can create both sound and image with a single casting of minor illusion and cast it as a bonus action.
Yes.
How cool is the illusion wizard now?
I mean, to be honest, that's deserving of the illusion wizard.
That's what I mean. It was so frustrating. Like in the old one, I think I had to take like a forest gnome as the race to try and get little special things to happen.
Yeah.
Like it was a pain in the butt. But then level 6. I'm just gonna move
Yeah,
this.
why do you keep saying level 6? You realize it doesn't say level 6 there, right? Like
No, I was saying then
it
at
just
level
says
6.
phantasmal creatures.
So
But
level
don't they
6.
give things at different levels though?
Pardon?
Are
I'd focus on strength and in most. I think you cut out there, Fizz. Sorry. No, Fizz. Be
I'm
safe,
back
my
again.
friend. Did it get you?
Yeah, I lost internet. But
Okay.
yeah, so in 2014, depending on what class you are, is when you got your ASIs and when you got your abilities, your class abilities. But in the 2024 one, they've made everybody the same, right?
Yeah,
So class abilities don't come online at the same time anymore. That's why there's no actual level where you're reading it.
there is level on it. Look, level 6.
Wait, okay, let me look at your.
Look at my stream. So in the old one, it said starting at 6th level, but now to make life easier, level 3, level 6, because they're trying to help people, because people are dumb. People need
Oh,
assistance.
you're looking at it here. Okay, so I'm looking at it in the wrong spot.
That's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, the old level 6 was malleable things, which is cool. Action to change the nature of the illusion. So illusion spells last a little bit longer, and you can change the illusion's parameters. So it's not making it
Which
real
is
or anything.
huge.
It's just making it move and shit.
Right, which they couldn't before. Like your
Yeah.
cart would just sit there. Well, now your cart can roll.
Yeah. And they've actually said now all illusions, like while they wouldn't have sound unless you're the wizard, if they cast it so somebody's got something on their head, it doesn't glitch. So if you cast a hat on someone's head, it actually moves with them like it's a hat. And if they would expect it to do something, it now does that. What? Hang on, let's. I just got to quickly catch up on Solar Dragon's thing about the ASIs. I'd focus strength and intelligence mostly for 2024 feats. Yep, and half feats. So I'm not 100%. I want to go that route. Actually, I might go Aberrant Dragon Mark so I can attempt to get an epic boom or a couple. Yeah, that's at level 10, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I always want Aberrant Dragon Mark, just for that boon chance. How sad is that?
It is. I do the same thing though. It's cool
Yeah,
but
me too.
let's be honest. We all like that's a classic trope. Like we all want to be that 10%. Like we all want to be that special person that becomes that
Yeah.
that unique person that rolls perfectly and gets the epic boon at level 10. That's so cool. So the wizard, so you can now move your spells a little bit, but that's now a basic thing of illusion. So in the illusion description, it now says like, hey, illusions make sense. You're casting illusion, you're a wizard. If you're casting it so it looks like somebody's wearing a hat, it doesn't look like a static hat like hovering above their head like it's in Minecraft. It'll actually look like it's on them.
Where do you see that? Because I'm looking at the new illusionist and I don't see that anywhere.
I'll find it in a bit, but I went through the whole player handbook and I'll see if it's in my notes actually. But
Okay, so it's just flavor text.
yeah, but I'll see if it's in here.
Because there's a lot of flavor text, but then there's mechanics, right?
Yeah, mechanic. I think it's in the rules guidelines and it actually talks about illusions and how it works. I'm just gonna quickly.
Don't get me wrong. If somebody cast a hat on somebody, I would let the hat be on somebody. Like that's the fucking illusion. I wouldn't have been the guy like, no, because you're sailing in a boat and you cast it at these coordinates.
Yeah.
Now floating 7 knots behind the boat. No.
Yeah, you
No,
put the hat
we're
on
not.
him, and then he walks off, and the hat just stays in the air. Here we go. In the rules thing, spells and other effects. This is illusions. Spells and other effects sometimes create magical illusions, such as effect defines what the illusion does and which senses or mental faculties it deceives. If an illusion manifests in space, the illusion is insubstantial and weightless, yet it seems to be affected by the environment, as if the environment were real, unless the effect that created it specifies otherwise. For example, a visual illusion of a creature casts shadows, reflections. The wind will appear to affect the illusory creature. Similarly, audible illusions echoes in a big echoey space.
Okay, so what it doesn't say is that the hat would stay on their head.
Well,
In
that would
fact, it
be
argues the
that would
opposite.
be interacting with it.
It argues the opposite, exactly.
Because
So then,
otherwise,
like,
disguise self wouldn't work. You'd cast it and then you'd walk off, and there'd be a whole heap of clothes behind you hovering.
nobody said he could move after. Oh man,
The
I'm
greatest
just saying.
spell. Okay, man, I'm gonna make you look like the BBEG. All right, stand still. It's like I did it. All right, now don't move.
Well, I think you're wanting too much for it, right? Like, if you wanted a disguise, you would make a disguise, one that you could change into, right? But if you're running in a crowd from guards and you just need to turn into somebody else, you just, stand at a fruit thing and grab a vegetable and you look like somebody else.
Yeah,
Just
it's a
don't
it's a
fucking
glimmer.
move.
It's a glimmer. It's I believe that in the trade they call this a glimmer illusion, where it's basically attached to you. It changes the light between that comes off that reflects off them. That's the spell. From a
But
physics
yeah, with,
standpoint.
with this thing saying that the illusions react with the environment,
Yeah, so the wind
then
blows, the person moves,
the hat.
the hat moves. Though technically, if they walk, it might just fall to the ground. You could
Well,
rule
so
it that way.
but an illusion states that if you put your hand through it, right, the illusion breaks. Well, if the thing interacts with the environment, oh, I guess you're a creature.
Yeah,
That'd be the difference.
but
I don't know.
no, that's all right. So at level 6, instead of being able to move the illusion a little bit, you now have summon beasts, phantasmal creatures. So you always have summon beasts and summon face spells prepared. Whenever you're going to cast either spell, you can change its school to illusion, which causes summon creatures to appear spectral. You can cast the illusion version of each spell without expending a spell slot, but casting it without the spell slot halves the creature's hit points. Once you cast either spell without a spell slot, you must finish a long rest before you cast that spell again.
I think that's fine.
That's great.
I think it's a bit weird though, giving them like a weird illusion attack summonables. Like it doesn't have the illusion vibe. It's like they took like the druid, shepherd druid, or wizard summoner, like, and then gave it like this little illusion vibe where they're half effective.
Hmm.
I don't know. For me, it's kind of blah, right? Like, and not really fitting. I think if they would have said you can do this to any of your spells, making them half as effective, but illusions, maybe there'd be something there. I don't know. Ignore me. Ignore me.
No, that's all right. Like I'm just saying, I personally think it's really cool, what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
So they've sort of made it a each wizard. Like I want to play a wizard now
I mean,
because
yeah, and this is the
it's
extra
no
thing that
longer
you got.
this. It used to be, what was it, level 2, level 6. So by level 10, the abilities you have
Well, they
is
give you one
minor
extra class.
illusion.
No, an illusionary self, an improved illusion.
No, sorry, before level 10 I meant. You had this. You had the minor illusion that could do sound and
You have two
image,
things.
and you can move that
And,
image a
and this
bit.
one they give you 3.
So if your
And
DM didn't
the
let you
third one was
buy
phantasmal creatures.
scrolls that you could pay for at half price,
Yeah.
it's just a pretty shitty, like, what, like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
I am a wizard of illusions. And they go, what illusions can you do? And I'm like, same as that guy. Whereas now,
Same as that guy.
now we've got a free summoning thing. And remember, when it's not cast with spell things, that means you can do another spell on the same turn.
What do you mean it's not cast with spell things?
Spell slots. Like, that's a huge thing, that line there. You can cast the illusion version of each spell without expending a spell slot. So that is a very powerful sentence right there.
No.
Yeah.
You're still casting. You can't cast twice. You've already cast.
No, that's what I'm saying. They've changed the rules. That is a huge thing.
Well, cast is not a trigger word anymore. It's
No, it's spell
What
slot.
is?
Spell slot's the trigger word.
Jesus Christ.
This is what I'm saying, but they've made it easy. So there's no more, you know how it used to be,
How is
you
that
could
easy,
cast
like-
an action as a cantrip and then a bonus action spell. And then people will be like, no, it's a bonus action spell with a action cantrip in that order only. And now it's just like, and then people are like, yeah, the racial ones didn't count. But then some people are like, well, racial ones do count because you're still, it says in the racial one, you're
It says
casting it.
cast. If
Whereas-
it says cast, you're cast.
Yeah. Well, now
Simple.
what they've said is if it's a spell slot, that's your cast, and if it's not a spell slot, it's not. So you could do that and then Misty Step, or do something else.
Okay. So how does that interact with magic items? I guess they're not spell slots.
They're not spell slots.
Okay, what if it's a ring of spell storing where you use the spell slot to store it in the item?
Not a spell slot.
It sounds like you use a spell slot.
There's also the ritual caster feat, which gives you one, like you choose a spell, and that spell is like that ritual spell can be prepared, ready to cast without a spell slot as an action. One spell per day. It's kind of like increasing your spell slot limit. It's a really powerful feat now. But also, I'll say, how cool is the War Domain Cleric now? Sorry, I'm going to jump over here for a bit now, because I heard you guys talking about it the other night on stream. Ready? I'll zoom in, so hopefully we can see this on stream. Ah! What's happening? What's happening? That'll do. So ready, Fizz?
No, I have no idea. I feel like we jumped around a lot.
No, I'm just going to talk about the very quickly.
Sounds like. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about one thing you guys talked about on stream. Spiritual weapon in the new D&D rules. Mark talked about it, and one of you guys was casting it or something, and you're talking about spiritual weapon, how it's not how it's concentration or it's not concentration or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is very cool. Ready? So now for the war domain of clerics. Why is that only showing me this? This is weird.
Yeah, that's the pages that I've been on.
Why is it doing
So
that?
you were in a because this is like where you look at it on D&D Beyond. You were looking at directly in like the PHB or something.
Yeah. No, I thought I was in that. Hang on, classes. Cleric.
Yeah, if you do that way, you're gonna go straight to the shit that I've been looking at. You got to do a 2024 player's handbook that way.
Oh, I was on the wrong one. Okay. I didn't realize I was on the wrong one. Cleric. Yeah.
Okay, so you were asking about ranges of where you can be heard.
Yeah.
And I found the dice and the feet, right? And this is, I'll just read this part. If you're trying to be quiet, it's 2d6 times 5 feet. So you'll roll that to see if they're within range and the other person could hear it.
Oh,
If you're
that's
at a
good.
normal level, it's 2d6 times 10 feet. And then if they're being loud, it's 2d6 times 50 feet. So it averages 35, 70, and 350. Whether you're trying to be quiet, 35 feet, there's a chance anywhere in there.
Yeah.
Yep, normal, 70 feet, anywhere in there, and then loud, 350 feet, anywhere in there. So that's like the ranges.
Yeah. No, I get that. The yeah.
Oh, it's my birthday.
Pardon?
So it's my birthday.
Today's your birthday?
Yeah, my phone just told me. Google Assistant.
Oh, dude. Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, happy birthday.
That's awesome. You did it.
Yeah.
All the critics said it couldn't be done, but you did it. Well done, man. So what's that make you? A proud 29-year-old now?
Yep, 29.
29, lucky number 29. I've been 29 quite a few times now. Oh, hang on. Silvery Bards is on the Sorcerer Spill list, so he can even protect allies from afar, give them advantage which can be extremely dumb. Hold person builds since it'll have to make them re-roll again. So double disadvantage. Oh god, that's horrible. I can take one of my wizard spells to use it even more often to hold them. Oh god, yeah. Happy birthday, happy Borf. Okay, that's a new thing. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna make up a emote that comes up on the screen saying happy Borf. That's fucking amazing. I want that. Hang on, I'm gonna take a picture so I remember. Happy Borf. I love that. Happy Borf. Happy Borf, dude. Happy Borf. But yeah, so what I was gonna say was the new cleric. I fucking love the new, like, this whole spell slot thing
Mm.
is really cool because if you take into account a wizard that's gonna bonus action cast Dispel Magic now without a spell slot, and then cast another spell as an action, whereas at level 6, so because you're using your spiritual weapon as a spell slot, generally as a wizard, as a cleric, that's your thing, and then you just attack with a hammer or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the War Domain, War God's Blessing at level 6, you can expend a use of your Channel Divinity to cast Shield of Faith or Spiritual Weapon. So both bonus action spells. Rather than expending, so you can use your Channel Divinity rather than expending a spell slot, which now means it's free. Also,
Right.
when you cast this way, the spell doesn't require concentration. Instead, the spell lasts for 1 minute and ends early if you cast that spell again or have the incapacitated condition or die. So now I could see the War God going spiritual weapon with a Channel Divinity and then casting some bullshit thing like Spirit Guardians or one of those ones, and
Yeah, it really fucks it up, doesn't it? I mean, not this particular one, but if you choose anything else, you're fucked.
no, they
But
all
yeah,
have that though.
this is the one that makes it normal, right?
So let's have a look. So level 6 for the Trickster's Transportation. So level 6, you got your
Ooh,
Invoke
that looks
Duplicity is
nice.
better now. And then whenever you take the bonus action to create or move the illusion of your invoked duplicity, you can teleport swapping places with the illusion. So very cool. And then no, I think that's a boring one. Life Domain level
Does
6.
it say it's a perfect illusion still, or did they get rid of that?
I think it's a perfect illusion, and you can cast spells through it and everything. It's kind of like Shadow, whatever it is.
Well, you always could, but yeah, I'll just look.
You're right.
Illusion
Healing
Domain.
spells cast on others. Immediately cast a spell with a spell slot that restores hit points to one or more creatures. Regain hit point.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Where's Light Domain? I'm pretty sure they've got a cool spell.
Well, perfect's important because that gives it tactile illusion.
Yeah.
It's thermal, so when you touch it, you feel the warmth. It's a perfect illusion. Yeah,
Well,
that's huge.
it's basically you again,
It's a clone, yeah.
and you can switch between them, which is awesome.
This was the most argued about thing I ever seen, was this invoke duplicity.
Yeah. Quite insane. Actually, I will agree with you. The War Domain is like, and the Trickery are definitely right up there. I don't think they wanted to buff the Life Domain because so many people go up for the extra healing. And the Light is, let's see what they get. I believe
I
this
can't
is
believe
better.
they made spiritual weapon concentration. That just kills every person that runs spirit guardians and spiritual weapon. And spiritual weapon was so important because you get one attack or one cast, and this gave you something to do with your bonus action.
Yeah.
But now you can't.
No, you can still do it with your bonus action.
Sure, but you have to concentrate on it, which means you can't cast other things like, I don't know, spike growth or spiritual guardians or
Oh, you're saying for the other
any
ones.
any list of the concentration spells that are like the backbone of a damn cleric. Like they
Yeah,
just
no,
took a
no.
basic feature of a cleric and stripped it from them, in my opinion.
Yeah, so you're saying War Domain has become like the Moon Druid.
I
Everyone
don't even
kind
want
of
to talk
has to
about
go
Moon
it for
Druid.
the
Yeah.
concentrationless bullshit.
I mean, it's to act anything like a cleric from, previous to, since you can't be that cleric unless you're a war cleric, which isn't the vibe everybody wants, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think what they've done is they've basically made, if you want to be that guy that's in fighting, you have to go War Domain. Whereas the other ones, life is healing, light is protecting, and trickery
Uh,
is, they've improved that shit. So that's cool.
yeah.
So it's
No, it's good in a way, because they stripped a class,
holy shit.
but they gave it to a subclass. So they made the subclass more unique, but watered down the whole class for it. It's like taking rage away from a barbarian, but giving it to the bear totem.
Yeah. Well, I think what they were trying to do, and this is sort of like what I was saying before, is they were trying to, because in the old day you could go life domain and you
Yep.
could spend your turn like having all the extra healing in the world, then spiritual weaponing, and then cast.
Well, well, that's it.
You know what
Because
I
you'd be
mean? So the
concentrating on
fighting
like
styles were the
prayer of
same.
healing or something, right? That's what you'd be concentrating on, and then or casting, and then your bonus action would be like whack with the spiritual weapon. But now you can't, like. But maybe they changed the spells to match. Maybe somebody thought about it. I don't know because I don't know all the new spells and the rewordings of everything. It's hard to see if things are balanced. All I can do is compare them to the old one that I know. Uh, yeah.
No, no, I get what you're saying, and like it's true. Like yeah, spot on. It is like I hear what you're saying, and like I actually feel of all the classes, cleric is the one where it feels like people like basically I feel that majority of people are just going to be in life domain to get bonuses to healing,
Right.
or in war cleric because like if they're staying in cleric for the long haul, they're war domain, and if they're not, they're life domain. I
I
actually
will
think
say that
trickery domain is definitely the coolest.
they chose my four favorite
Yeah,
classes or subclasses to change.
to change. Yeah, I'll I will say the I did not realize this before. So you can move your illusion. It could be up to 120 feet from you,
Hmm.
and when you use bonus action to create or move the illusion, you can teleport. So it's whenever you take the bonus action to create or move the illusion, you could teleport, swapping places with the illusion, and they can't tell the difference.
Right.
So you can create the illusion behind them and then have the illusion and then swap places with them in that action.
So here's an argument that always comes up with this. Let's just take a spell
Yeah.
that alters yourself, like mirror image,
Hmm.
right? It's got the three of you floating around you, right? Well, when you do invoke duplicity, does the duplicity have the three mirror images floating around it?
I say yes.
Or does it have what happens if you cast it after you have the duplicity out there? So you got your duplicity out there, and then you cast mirror image. Does the duplicity get it?
You can cast spells as if you're in the illusion zone space, but you must use your own senses. Okay. You have advantage on attack rolls, given how distracting the illusion is to the target.
Anyway, that argument right there, does it happen before or after, and how much of it transfers over and whatever, has always been like an absolute nightmare to the point where you don't want to play this class. Yeah, either your GM's with it or he's not. And they didn't do anything to fix that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Like, there's like, as I said, I think this is a class I'm not going to say they dropped the ball on, because there is a lot of things they did well, but I feel like the subclasses. I think if you're going to do this for War Domain, the War God's Blessing, I think there should have been something similar for maybe the healing one. They should have got, the Aura of Hope or whatever it is, where you do extra healing and you
Right.
can't drop below 1 hit point. They should have got something like that. And Light should have been
The
like,
or so that's another point. That's Aura of Life. That's a concentration spell. So now you cannot have spiritual weapon out as a life cleric to
yeah,
defend yourself.
yeah.
Because now they're
And
both concentrations. So now
you,
you have
you
no
actually could
way to
be hitting
attack in
on
only
why they
one
didn't do
thing.
that. You could
And
be hitting on
only
why they, like the thing I'm saying, where they should have had Aura of Life as a non-spell slot thing for these guys as a bonus action or as an action, is because if they did that for all of them, then all of them could have just used their other action to cast something like Spiritual Weapon and have it up as well. So it's kind of like,
but they can't do anything now.
yeah. Well, that's all right.
They
I'll
literally
play
I
test.
walk up, I cast this, that's that. That's all I do this turn.
Hang on. Spirit Guardians is now more similar. This is from Solar Dragon, to BG3's Spirit Guardians. So you can become the train of rat annihilation by just moving close to them. Okay, I gotta look it up.
So it's no longer when they enter, it's when you put it upon them.
Oh,
They fucked up entering too.
Spirit Guardians. You know what I'm
I
saying,
think for
G?
a video game to screw it up, but come on.
15-foot emanation for the duration. If you're good at evil, spectral form. When you cast a spell, you can designate creatures to be unaffected by it. Any other creature's speed is halved in the emanation. And whenever the emanation enters the creature space, and whenever a creature enters the emanation or ends its turn there, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage. Yeah, successful save. So yeah, so
they gave it a whole extra damage.
So halved. So whenever you cast a spell,
You literally now you just want Spirit Guardians and to be running. That's it. Positioning no longer matters. All that matters is your speed.
I think the reason this could be good is the amount of times that you'll be
People
doing
don't
it
understand what entering is.
and everyone fucking forgets, or they do the damage straight away and then like, oh, it's meant to be at the turn and ends up having twice. I think they're just trying to say, like when they enter
Do
it.
they lower the damage? No, damage is still
So
as
it's like
high.
at the giving you a cleric boots of speed.
Yeah, you're Tabaxi cleric. You mean? Yeah.
Whee! But I'm gonna say it's not each time, so you
Well,
can't
it's
like.
each creature.
There's none of those.
You can literally run past every creature on the board on your turn,
Oh no, fine with
and
that.
then
I'm just saying you can't
and
go
then
forward, back,
end
forward, back, forward,
next
back,
to
forward,
them.
back.
Yeah, and hit them at the start of their turn, double hitting them.
No, because it ends their turn.
Oh, what the fuck? It's not start of turn?
Yeah. So basically, I like this because think about this. Like,
Well, that's different. Yeah,
it is good because it's
that
like,
that's
to me,
different.
it's simplifying it. So like, as it moves onto them, they take the damage, and at the end of their turn, if they haven't moved out, they take damage.
Yeah. Which, yeah, no, that balances. That
That's all
actually
right.
checks
I
out.
can.
Yeah.
Oh, hang
It
on.
was broken if it was happening at the start of their
Oh,
turn.
oh, did they fix? Somebody said in the comments for this that they fixed Moonbeam as well. Moonbeam was the biggest argument I've
Fixed.
ever fucking had in my life.
Hilarious.
It literally, like, I was so angry. Like, they're like, no, when you cast it, it does damage. Then
No.
also, if they, like, at the start of their turn, it does damage. And then you can move it on top of them and it does damage on them again. And I was like, dumb. So let's have a look. So silvery beam, 40 foot high, blah, blah, blah. You take magic action. Yep. When the cylinder appears, each creature in the constitution. Yeah. So when it comes down, they make the Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take 2d10. If the creature is shapeshifted, it reverts to its true form, and it can't shapeshift until it leaves the cylinder. On a successful save, oh shit! Wait,
God.
is shapeshifting? Oh my god, that's dude! I'm so doing that. That's brilliant. Like the druid, like wild shapes.
Yes.
He's like, I'm a bear, and you're like, you're not a bear. You're not a fucking. Get back in your human form, bitch.
Yeah, it's deadly to a moon druid.
That's
To a
so
druid.
good. And it's really good because it's like revealing.
Mm-hmm. And it's always been that way.
Yeah, I know, but I've never used it as a DM. So, because as a DM, Fizz, I'm going to run a scenario, buddy. This is going to be a little D&D scenario just for you and me, buddy.
Okay, I'm rolling
So,
up a character now.
yeah, don't go too deep for it, but you're a moon druid, right?
Oh,
Okay.
damn it.
I cast Moonbeam on you. Okay? So it's going to
It's okay. I have a moon umbrella.
yeah, and then like somebody's like, "Oh, I push him out of the moonbeam because his turn's not for 6 turns, and you get to stand in that moonlight with nothing happening to you for 6 turns."
So I've always looked at that like radiation building up or something, right? Like you
Yeah,
can stand next to a fire, but it's if your dumbass stays there too long, you're gonna get burned, right? Like
yeah,
that's kind of the way I've always looked at it. Now everything is flipped around, and I don't know. Like it made sense on the
ooh,
Spirit Guardians, but on Moonbeam, does this really make sense? They're giving it the same abilities as like a flaming sphere.
uh, hang on a second. We've got a really good question from Solar Dragon. Wait, would this work on curses like a Princess and the Frog type curse?
Uh, I think the more important question is if you did it, how would the king feel about you burning up his son?
I was thinking, how fucking amazing would it be if somebody casts it uh down on someone that was like, they just came up out of the water and they got a frog on their head, and Moonbeam gets cast on them, and the frog turns into like a princess, and it's like, oh, thank you for, and so pulls them out, because they're getting attacked by the Moonbeam damage, pulls them out to safety. And as soon as they leave, because the curse is no longer being revealed, they turn back to a frog. Or
He
better
was
yet,
always the princess.
yeah, or if the player's been cursed to be like another gender or something, and a moonbeam goes on, they're like, oh my god, you turn back to normal, or like as a werewolf, and they're like, oh my god, the curse is over. That's brilliant. Okay, guys, I'm healed. And then he starts moving out of the thing and instantly goes back to a werewolf, and he's like, motherfucker. Actually, I'm gonna write that down. I like that. I like the concept of baiting him with the curse being over. and then it becomes a nice way to control the curse. Moonbeam. Moonbeam curse bait. Sketch. Sorry, I just got to write down interaction idea. Silver Dragon curse sustained polymorph. Make things a little weird. Yes, that would be very weird if all of a sudden he had the powers of a silver dragon. But only while within the beam of the moonbeam. God, where did we get up to? We've sort of been jumping over everywhere, Fizz.
I just wanted to mention, remember the sound thing, like how far away can somebody hear you? And I had to look up those numbers.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 5, was it?
The only place that was ever printed was on the original DM screen for 5e.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
That's ludicrous.
So I do like the idea of this new GM book having things in a way that's easy to find.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of 5e rules scattered. This is the one thing I can agree on.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have all the rules in one place.
And like, ready? Oh, by the way, Fizz, this is how good the rules thing is, because I went through the rules.
Oh, look through there. Look for audible distance.
Oh.
That's how it's labeled on the DM screen.
Audible distance. Not under audible. What would it be? Verbal components.
No, because it
Hearing.
has to do with
Hearing?
like yeah, hearing, sneaking.
Sound.
Usually, it's going to come down to your like surprises and your sneaks, right? Like, am I hidden because of
Yeah,
sound?
probably
Like, can
hide.
somebody hear me? You know, can I cast minor illusion in this bar? Well, you can if you're, and then you roll, right, and see if anybody heard them.
Hey, how'd you get back up the top? I was down the bottom. Vulnerability.
So, you know, they say spells, if it has a verbal component, everybody hears you. Well, the truth is you can do it quietly. You roll 2d6 times 5, and you see. So if you rolled ones, then you were able to be quiet enough that past 10 feet, nobody heard it, right? Which makes it really feasible. And if you know that, then you know I have to stand 35 feet away, which is probably why they have spells at 30-foot ranges, to give you a chance of failure.
So it's invisible, concealed, you're unaffected.
Oh man, nobody heard that.
Disadvantage, somebody here. I heard you. Initiative, indifferent. Obscured help. While I'm here, I'll just quickly show you something that is something that always annoyed me about D&D 5e, and I had multiple arguments about it. So, you know when you cast Fireball?
Yeah.
Okay, and everything in that sphere, BRIB, cool. Everything in that sphere gets hit by the Fireball, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like,
except what's behind total cover.
Yeah. So there were a lot of games I played in that, like, if you cast it and there was creatures on the other side of the wall when you cast it, they would take the damage, which I never agree with, because
if the door was open, it says it goes around walls, right?
yeah. So
if the door was closed, then they're behind total cover, so no.
the reason I disagree with that is because if you've got a shield mastery feat, like, somehow having a giant brick wall between you and them didn't protect them because it goes around corners. But if you hold up a wooden shield, it does.
Well,
so
yeah, because there's a sweaty rag on the backside that's dripping on you.
It's an anti-fireball shield that nobody realizes. So the new wording is for sphere
sweat rag.
area of effect spells now are you have a point of origin that you cast on,
No shit.
and it is straight lines from that point of origin in all directions.
Okay.
So if you aren't in that, so if you're like behind a desk or something that is
All
like
right, but what about? Okay, hold on. That's an AOE. What about an emanation?
an aura,
Well, that's what they called the Spirit Guardians was an emanation. I mean, it was an area of effect, but they were calling
yeah,
it, and
emanation.
it
Here
was
we
like
go.
6 times emanation.
No, emanation. Here it
Emanation.
is. This is what I mean. Like this is the rule. So it says emanation. So it's gonna. This is an
Oh,
area of
also
effect.
area of effect.
Straight
Oh,
lines from a creature or an object in all directions. The effect that creates emanation specifies the distance it extends and moves with the creature or object that is its origin,
okay.
unless it is an instantaneous or stationary effect. Its origin, the object, isn't included in the area effect unless it's created decides otherwise.
So if somebody's in front of somebody else, does that stop it?
So I would say you could argue that if there was like a big line of people in a row,
No.
or you're
I'm
hiding
saying
behind the person.
you're in a hallway. The big ass barbarians in front of you. You cast Spirit Guardians. You cannot draw a straight line through your friend into that other guy. Does that other guy get hit?
I would say yes, unless they were hiding. And when I
That's
say
nothing to do with
hiding,
it's nothing to do with visuals
I mean like
or
a
sound.
halfling. Like for instance, you could shoot that other guy, but you just have like +2 to your DC or whatever to their AC. So it wouldn't
But
be
that's an
total
attack
cover.
roll.
Pardon?
But that's an attack roll that you're talking about.
Yeah, but the attack roll's done on the idea of sight, which is kind of like a straight line from you to them. So the reason I said hiding is because the hiding is invisible, which means there isn't a line of sight. So if a halfling's hiding behind a Goliath, it could be argued that they either, like Spirit Guardians, I think I'd make hit both of them. But I
I don't
think you
know
could
though.
argue that if
Now
a
it's
halfling was hiding behind a Goliath, that
then
maybe
it
it would
wouldn't
take
matter at
half
all.
damage on the fireball.
It wouldn't matter at all because you're saying if there's a line of sight, you should be able to attack at a +2. So the line should still hit them because it never misses.
Yeah.
Uh, unless they're hiding and they have the invisible condition. But being invisible and being in line with something
Well,
shouldn't
I'm
matter.
saying line of sight is a straight line. Like your vision
Right.
is
No,
a
no, I get
line
that.
of straight line from
Right.
your eye to them.
Right. But whether you see them or not, whether they're invisible or not, if you could have seen them, if they weren't invisible, they should still get hit.
Oh yeah,
Right?
like sorry, I'm saying I think for me it would depend on what effect it is. So a fireball, I
Well,
think.
it's got to go with emanation, right? Like, because we got to go with the new rules, not the old rules.
Well,
The new rules
emanation is
is
a different
saying,
type of effect to a fireball's a sphere. Emanation's a different one.
well, this is lines from origin. The origin being you or an object.
Yeah.
They both have the same wording, lines from origin,
Let's have a look.
right? It's just with the fireball, the origin is something you choose, the point you choose, whereas this is the creature or object you choose.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So like the reason I was envisioning it
Oh,
attack them is because it's like spirit guardians, they're ghosts. So it's not like you're gonna out ghost a ghost.
hey, that's the way I see it too.
Yeah.
They flitter around,
Yeah.
but they're not saying that anymore. They're saying straight lines from the guy. Click area of effect. You see there's like a blue hyperlink on both of those that says
Yeah.
area of effect. Maybe that'll tell us more.
So here, origin, the rules for show specify how to position an object. If all straight lines extending from the point of origin to the location in the area of effect are blocked, the location isn't included in the total. To block a line, an obstruction must comply total cover.
Total cover. Yeah.
So
So I guess
we'll go to that in a
all
sec.
comes down to
If the
cover.
creator an effect, this is the thing that I thought was interesting. Ready? Because people used to be like, this happened to me in games where people are like, oh, I hear someone on the other side of the wall. I want to cast fireball on the other side of the wall, so like to kill everyone in the room. If the creator of an area of effect places it at an unseen point and an obstruction such as a wall is between the creator and that point, the point of origin comes into being on the near side of that obstruction.
Yes. Yeah, it's always been the way.
I know, but it's so funny. Like it's all like a lot of people used to like, even though fireball you meant to see the point and stuff, there was all people that would like use the vision of a familiar and then you'd cut like all shit like that. And I thought it was funny the concept of someone who tries that and the fireball appears on their side of the wall. So like the bad guys are like in the middle of their planning meeting and they just hear an explosion outside and they're like, the fuck was that? And then people are rolling up their new characters. But no, I just think it's funny. But let's go to total cover because I sort of want to see, because I think
that's the answer, whatever total cover is.
so. And this is what I was saying. So half covers +2 to AC and dexterity. 3/4 is +5 to AC and dexterity saving throws. Total cover can't be targeted directly. So what I wanted to look up was the halfling and their ability to hide behind people. Because I forget what the speckies said for that, because it's worded.
It says that if they are of one size larger. Wait, no. I think any creature. I think halfling is any creature they can hide. They
It
can
might be
attempt to hide.
obscured. You take the hide action even when you're obscured only by a creature that is one size larger than you.
Okay, so it is one size larger. Yeah.
So let's look at hide action. To do so, you must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity check while you're heavily obscured or behind 3 or total cover. You must be out of an enemy's line of sight.
Wait, is this the new rules?
This is the new rules.
Wait, you have to make a DC 15 stealth check?
Yep.
Has nothing to do with your skill or the enemy's skill at seeing.
I think I know why they did this. I think like, you know the meme where it's like fucking it's like rogue stealth 2 and then it's like paladin perception 1 and like the rogue is like standing in the middle of the room with fucking lampshade on his head and the paladin is fucking doing something else that's dumb. I think this is trying to say, like, listen, you can't just hide in the middle of the room. You have to be obscured, behind cover or total cover.
That was always the case.
Yeah. So 3/4 cover.
The only thing different here is this DC 15.
Yeah, no, but the DC 15, I think, is to get rid of those minimum rolls. So, and honestly, it does the same thing for grappling and shit.
Oh, wait, you have to succeed on a DC 15 and their perception. On a successful check, you have the invisible condition. Make note of the check's total, which is the DC for a creature to find you with a perception check. So you automatically hide on a 15, but if you rolled an 18, they can roll with their perception to find you on that 18.
Yes, 100%.
It's just one more rule we didn't need.
But like,
I like that I understand it now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And I get, because if you talking about this meme with the paladin, the 2 and the 1, that is absurd. I agree, but I've never had that happen.
I've had that happen, but I often like
rogues can't roll under like a
no,
12.
but like, sorry, when I say a 1, I mean like, the person rolls a 2 and the other one rolls a 2, and their checks are like 3 and 4, and it's like basically the lowest of the. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen one that was a minus. Somebody won a check with a -1.
That's stupid.
Because they rolled a 2 and they had -3 to their stats, and somebody else, the person trying to find them, rolled Nat 1, and
I'm
we
just
were
saying
ruling that
that's
as a
fucking
critical.
amazing. That oh well, you can't. Yeah, you can't do criticals on checks.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it was one of those ones where it happened, and we're just all fucking laughing our asses off, going,
Yeah, that's a
"What?"
great moment.
Yeah, you're trying to explain, you're trying to look at it, and you're just like, "What the? Well, how do we explain what just happened?"
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, good news. I don't know if I told you, but the hurricane's gonna supposedly weaken to a 3
Oh, that's great,
before
man.
landfall. Yeah, yeah.
That's a big win. You don't want hurricanes. You know, it's like the economy. You don't like it when it's down. The hurricanes, we like them when they're down. Have you seen the attitude shit with the creatures now?
Y- yeah, yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I've seen it in the older versions.
yeah. No, but they've brought that back. So they're like,
Yeah,
listen, if it's a fucking like random dude on the street, he's probably not going to give you his house.
yeah.
Yeah. If it's someone that hates you, you don't even get a roll. Right? If you go up to someone and like what you were saying doesn't align, like if they're like, I want to kill you, and you're like, oh, listen,
About that turnip farm.
yeah, I'd like to marry your daughter. It's like, if I roll a nat 20, it's like, no. He
He's got
stabs you
nice
in the
turnips.
face.
You
You
know
don't,
what I mean?
I like that. I like the fact they've done that. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here that just makes life good. And look, that's
Yep,
so,
they needed something for social because people want to do social things,
yeah.
but there's really nothing for it. So many times I see people like, I persuade you,
Oh, yeah, like it's a
other
fucking
player.
spell.
Yeah, yeah, and then they're like, roll deception to see if you are persuaded, because there's nothing, and in the rules it says there is nothing. Each character creates their own DC,
Hmm.
right? So if they think that they would be persuaded, then they can make it a high or a low, right? Like, and that's all it's meant to be. But people want things to roll, contested rolls. They want contested rolls.
Oh, something interesting about the rules is they actually said with when you cast, because I never knew how to do this as a DM, but when you cast a spell at a creature and they're immune to it,
Okay.
so it's you still act like you rolled a save and they were successful. So if
You
there's,
don't tell the players.
yeah, you tell them there was no effect. You don't actually say, oh, they're immune to it or anything. You actually say, oh,
Right.
they save.
Well, so the funny thing is you couldn't say they saved because let's say it's a fireball. Uh, you would see them burning. Oh, I guess what's going on here is we're going back to tokens, like the old kind of miniatures, right?
Yeah,
Instead of having online tokens with hit point dials around them. So you could describe it as, the fires burn around him, uh, and just leave it alone, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, so
I'm
if
a
you
fan.
cast on an invalid target, nothing happens. The spell slot's expended. If there's a saving throw, it appears to have saved. And so basically, with a fireball,
They would
um,
take half damage.
it would be an explosion, or like let's say it's something that knocks them. You're trying to push them off an edge. It's like, hey, they don't go off the edge, sort of thing, and you'd be like, oh, yeah, oh, they saved against the spell. But yeah, nothing
Stop it.
happened to the target. It appears to have saved, and like it's just one of those things that like they've said, it's not like you say, oh, they're immune. It appears, and then you could probably do a check after that. But I think it's cool. Like if there's something going on, to identify an ongoing spell. To identify, you take the study action now with an Arcana DC check of 15. So a lot of things are DC checks of 15s.
Oh, in other news,
Yo,
my little like neighborhood nephew, it's like, we adopt kids, right?
yeah, of course.
Uh,
We
he's
say
gonna go
kidnap
play.
in Australia, but I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, he's like, I don't know, 20. He has a kid.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Sorry, my bad.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. uh,
It's me.
so he's gonna play D&D for the first time. His girlfriend plays. He makes fun of her.
That's awesome.
I needed somebody to join one of my paid games, right? Keep it going, and
Mm.
so he joins in. Rolls up his first character. He just picks random shit. He's like, "Oh, I'll be this blue guy here." It was a variant Asimar.
Very cool.
Uh, I forgot what class. Oh, he chose barbarian. He's like, "I want something basic. I know what a barbarian is. They rage and hit shit." Then I tell him like, you can pick whatever image you want out of the images on D&D Beyond. He scrolls down past the racial ones, like the Asimars. It keeps going down and down and down, and finds this alien with eyeballs all over its head. So now he's an alien barbarian, and then we get him in the game just to show him how. We forgot that he had a weapon. I said, it's okay, just make up, use whatever you want. I pull out the anal probe.
Hell
I was like, yes.
yeah.
His,
A
his
D&D
first
player is
kill,
born.
yeah, it was bending a drag. So I had him in the bar, right? And just to show him how combat worked, I had some little brass wormlings come out of the fireplace,
Yeah.
and jump on the tables and start attacking the patrons and whatever. And his first kill was fucking grabbing a wormling, putting it on the table, and then stabbing it with the anal probe, which was
Jesus.
yeah, he literally bent the dragon over his very first kill.
Uh,
Right.
it sounds like he's got this shit down pat.
Yeah, I just wanted to share his epic first moment, you know.
I think that's epic. Hang on a sec. I'm just trying to log into this thing.
Fucking a thing.
Come on. I can't type in stupid Twitch right now. Oh, hang on. This might work.
Back for a bit. There's this character I want to play that's focused on making a device with a bunch of glyphs of warding with a conduit. The glyphs of warding have every buff spell in D&D. Character goal to finish. For him to reluctantly use in the final fight on a party member.
I love that. The only issue I have with that is some people
Can you
rule
use
glyph of
meta
warding
magic?
that you can't do it in books and stuff. I got around it once using an extra dimensional space. So basically I used the Genie Warlock that has a extra dimensional space, and there was a book in there because I think glyph of warding, let me just have a look at the rules. It's not meant to move 10 foot from where it's made.
Right. It's kind of meant to be like on a wall or on the ground.
Yeah. So like,
you know what I mean?
yeah, but we all know we want it to be in a book so that when you open the book, it activates it. So if you like flick the pages, you'd get all of them because that's cool as hell. Glyph of warding. I said glyph of warding. Search, sir. Search. Let's see what it says now because they might have changed that because everyone was using it. So you inscribe a glyph on a surface such as a table or section of floor or within an object that can be closed such as a book or chest to conceal the glyph. The glyph can cover an area no larger than 10 foot in diameter if the surface or object is moved more than 10 feet from where you cast the spell, the glyph is broken and the spell ends without being triggered.
I think it sounds all the same to me.
It sounds the same, and this is what people didn't want me to be able to do it in a book. So the way it wasn't min-maxing.
It's the fact that you can't take the book with you.
You can't take the book with
move.
you, but what I did was I would want to do the buff, so I did the Genie Wizard and said the extra dimensional space is in a pocket dimension that doesn't move, and I said it's 10 foot. So when you're in there, you're casting glyphs in your book, like every night you go there, and then before the big boss fight, yeah, so you can use a portable hole or a bag of holding. There we go. Extra dimensional space, perfect. which one. Although I would love to see an extra dimensional spell book. That would be very cool.
I love the Order of the Scribes.
It's really good,
and
isn't it?
the really sad part is people were taking it to optimize their spells because I can transmute them to whatever hurts the monster, you know?
Yeah.
And they were ignoring the book.
The
And
book
the
was so
book,
cool.
yeah, the fact that you could cast from it, it acted like a familiar, like,
Dude,
oh my God, it was absolutely amazing. But
um,
nobody used that fucking book.
I will tell you the precursor to that. Not another D&D podcast. Emily Axford, the greatest D&D player of all time.
Never heard of her.
That's okay. She's a woman. Most people haven't. But no. She is by far the best D&D player of all time. Let me see if I can find.
I was like, oh wow, great graphic, but it was just the slow loading.
Yeah. She
I
should
was
be
like,
in
what is this
here.
garbage?
I think that'll be her. But in the second campaign for thing, she had a wizard that her. It was so good. I think that's going to be it because that's Moonshine there. Where is
Are
our
these
good?
podcasts?
Pardon?
As I said, is this podcast?
Yeah, it's not another D&D podcast. I saw him live in
Yeah,
Australia.
I've never seen any podcasts. Or
Oh,
I guess you
dude.
wouldn't see them. I've never heard any podcasts.
Oh, dude, you're missing out.
Yeah.
I'm like, this one is very like it might drive you crazy because it's kind of my sort of thing where it's very informal and very quick, and they're just like they ignore the rules a whole heap. But it's comedians
All
playing,
right. Let
and
me put it this way. I want people to know the rules well enough that we can get to this point and not be breaking the game. We can just have fun because we know the rules,
yeah, no,
right?
I like their thing
Yeah,
is all about entertainment though. So like, there's literally a guy in it, Jake, who plays hard one short foot, and like, it's his first time playing D&D is on a podcast, and he used to be in one of my favorite podcasts. It was Ask. I can't even remember the name of it anymore. It was so many years ago, but it's the If I Were You podcast, and Jake and Amir, and Jake got into this D&D thing. But basically, Emily Axford's character, it's not Moonshine Simon. Let me find a wiki. NADPOD wiki. Wiki book. I'll see if book.
Well,
But yeah, she had a character like well before the Order of the Scribe came out, where her familiar was her book. And I fucking loved it, man. It was so good. Like, it literally was this, like, so she's like writing spells in the book, and the book's all fucking upset about it. And she's using the book as her familiar and all this sort of shit. And it was really, really good. Wiki campaign 2. That's what I want that, but campaign 2. I just got to get the name because they might have a picture of it. Fia Beginia, that's it.
oof.
Fia Beginia. Bookvar, here we go. So, Bookvar. Animated spellbook who can move by flying. He typically follows Fia around. He's floating over her shoulder. He's known for his nervous disposition, and Fia frequently teases him about his cowardliness. He's able to cast Dragon Breath in combat. Yeah, so it was like, honestly, before I knew about the Order of the Scribes, I was watching this and I couldn't stop laughing, and I was like, the book is dead set the coolest. Book Familiar is so cool, and like Order of the Scribes is so cool. So hang on a second. Using the same trigger phrase, all of them at once, with a 9th level of Shardlong Stride, you get 50 foot of movement. Long Strider gives +10, and haste increases speed by ×2. is a taste of how powerful this could make someone for a short time. Yeah, 100%. Could you also... Hey, Fizz,
Yeah, I'm here.
when you do glyph of warding, can you do spells with concentration? You can, can't you?
I don't see why not. So you can transfer things into magic items that are concentrated, right? And then you kind of ignore the concentration.
Yeah.
At least I think so. I'm not. This is like a let's ask Jeremy question because I'm not 100 on here.
Well, here we go. This is 2024 rules, so we'll see. Glyph. The spell must target a single creature or an area. No, when the glyph is triggered, the stored spell takes effect. If the spell has a target, its target creature triggers the glyph. If the spell affects an area, the area is centered on there. If the spell summons hostile creatures or creates harmful traps, they appear as close as possible to the intruder and attack it. If the spell requires concentration, it lasts until the end of its full duration. And nothing can break concentration with it. Because all I'm thinking of is like, yeah, you could do a whole heap of summoning spells. 600 pixies come out or some shit like that.
With
Oh.
what the bag or the glyphs of warding?
Yeah.
I think maybe you can, but it's the intent, right? It's a ward. It's meant to protect an area.
Yeah, but it's got summoning here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if the spell requires concentration, it lasts until the end of its full duration. Yeah, pocket armor, yeah. But I was also thinking, how cool would it be to do this as a paladin? And have like, you know, every night you store like 6 smites in it. And then
Oh
you get
my
in a
God.
pub fight and you're like, hang on, I'll be back in a second. Go into your little extra dimensional space, come back out and punch someone and they just explode with like 5,000 thunder damage.
I would do it, where I challenge you to a duel, and then there's like the dueling grounds you go to, two opposing trees, and there's like a little pond in front of you, and
Yeah.
everybody's sitting around watching the duel. On that ground there, you spend your time like casting these smites. So if I get hit, this smite activates and blah blah blah. And like you could really set up. I think it's more for that, like setting up an area. So if you are going to be in the bar and you do want to make sure you don't get sideswiped, you could go like closing hours and set glyphs in. But I think it's more of like in advance. What you guys are trying to do with this whole like portal jumping, I would argue that any extra dimensional space travels through the astral sea millions of miles, and that qualifies as more than 10 feet.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think it's
I
one
know
of those.
I've just killed your fun, but like,
Yeah, like you're a wet sponge, Fizz. You're a horrible person, ruining everyone's fun. JS Solar Dragon comes, but it's your birthday, man. So I won't say that. So,
well, and there's
happy
also like,
birthday! You ruined D&D for everyone.
is it a one shot? Because then who cares, right? Is it like a campaign where you hope to play for a few years?
Oh, Fizz, would you love me if I did this in a one shot of yours? Just like, hey, listen, I don't know if you read my 24-page backstory, but I
You
said that
fucker.
every night I was going back and doing 500 smites into my book.
I just
Yeah.
want to say I would never read your 20-page.
Yeah, no,
backstory,
that's what I
by the way.
mean. Like, literally just be like, hey, you said it was okay. And they're like, yeah, I approved your backstory. Well, if you look at page like 76, there's a mention of me going to my
Subsection C.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. Hang on, when you mentioned Jewel, I thought I had to share this, man. Do you have the stream up by any chance?
I can't pull it up. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, I see the dueling grounds. Nice.
Yeah, so this is a bit of Fry and Laurie. So it's Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. And it's very, very good. Like, this is one of my favorite series of all time. It's up there with Full Frontal and Fast Forward as comedy series.
Gentlemen, I believe you both know the
so I've
purpose
been
of this
watching.
meeting.
but
Thank you,
nothing's
Mr.
happening.
Tolliver, but the same.
Ah, here we go.
You all right?
Yeah.
So,
Circumstances of
I
our
don't
meeting
hear it,
are well
though.
known to
You'd
us.
have
There is
to
no need of further explanation.
unmute
Aye,
the
let us be
screen.
about
You might
the
want to
business.
just send me the link.
Let us be about it.
let's be about the business,
Let
is
us
what
be
they're
in the
saying.
business of going about the business.
Very well then.
In hand. Aye, the business in hand.
They're so
be it.
good.
Sir David, I understand the choice is yours. Sword or pistol?
Sword.
So he says, Sir David, I understand the choice is yours of weapons. Sword or pistol? And he says, sword.
As you wish.
Tis
Wait,
the
I
only
mean,
weapon for a gentleman.
I can
Just
hear
so.
I'm getting like quadruple.
That means,
echo.
Mr. Van Hoyle, that you have the pistol.
I thank you, sir.
Now, gentlemen, when you are both braced and ready, I shall drop.
No, wait a minute.
I love it so much. I believe it's your choice. Sword or pistol? I will take the sword. Well, Mrs. Davishire, that means you have the pistol? I'm sorry, what?
Is there something wrong, Sir David?
Well, quick, man, the hour grows late. Well, it's just that I sort of assumed, when you said sword or pistol, that we both have the same one.
I'm sorry. I'm not with you.
Well, it's just that, I said sword, thinking that would mean we would both have a sword.
See?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, drop me the link so I can watch it after.
Yeah, I just love the, like, I've put that one in a D&D game before. Because it's funny as fuck. There we go. So, link. Yeah. It's like, yes, as being the challenger, as being the person who is challenged, you have the choice of weapon, sword or gun. And they're like, sword. It's blah, blah, blah. And it's like, excellent, excellent. Well, the other person, they get the gun. So, I'm sorry,
Nice.
what? Well, you chose the sword.
And what if you'd have went the other way around?
Well, then,
That'd have been fucked.
Yeah, I know, but I'd usually do it for someone that got a bit of a sword fetish, like, like a hex blade warlock.
Nice.
So they're like, haha, I have a very special sword. So they're like, sword. And it's like, cool. He gets a gun. It's like, I'm sorry, what?
That's awesome. Please do that.
That's what I mean. It's a fun little thing you can throw in your game.
Okay, now I gotta mute it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Still looking up spell glyphs.
Yeah, well, no, it says they can have concentration. It just lasts forever. So I was like, that means you can put all your divine smites and shit on it. Which is very cool. One thing that I didn't point out before, though, bro. These ones where you use it without a spell slot.
What ones?
Like all the different ones I was talking about in
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
wizards and that, where you can cast it without a spell slot. So it doesn't
Yeah.
count. There is a downside, though. When it's done without a spell slot, you cannot upcast it.
Right.
So it has to be at whatever level, like for the first level that is available, the lowest level.
Yeah, yeah. I do that to everybody who I cast Fireball. And then I'm like, they'll when they find out it hits, Fireball is a bad example. When they find out it hits and they're like, that was a level 3,
Yeah,
yeah. So
I know what you mean. Like
I
the
always
level
if you
5
don't
one.
if you don't say it, it's the lowest level that you have.
Yep,
And eat a dick.
I
know?
agree with that. Generally, also because dicks are great for your vitamins, so they should be eating dicks anyway. But when they're not, I recommend it, especially if they've cast something and then they're like, oh, did I mention it was a 6th level spell? Did I mention that to you? I think I forgot to
Solar is
mention.
going
Now that it's
nuts
hit,
with
I
the
forgot to
speed.
mention it was a 9th level smite.
You see what he's doing with his speed over here?
Who's doing what with his who?
The solar.
Ooh, yeah, let me have a look.
He's
Uh,
just doing,
Cause
uh,
and have only the
back.
conduit poking out. I'd probably take 1 level into each class that I need spells from, so I can use scrolls from those classes. Speed-based tabaxi build, so doesn't care about range. If they can see you, they can bonk you, lol. Totally. 3 or 4 into fighter, 2 into monk, 5 or 6 into elk totem barbarian, 9 into scout rogue. We all love the scout rogue.
The 3rd level feature of the Scout Rogue
Mm.
is one of my favorites, and it's hard not to grab. Like I always want to go for it. I love the Rogue in general.
I'm just actually
Rogues
thinking
and
what the
Barbarians.
subclasses are in the
The new
2024.
ones.
Trickster, Soul
only thing
Knife,
they
Thief, and Assassin, yeah.
Yeah. That's. I just wish they wouldn't have cut so much out. And destroyed so much.
It was so worth it to get rid of those fucking Rune Knights. But
meanwhile, you guys are trying to figure out how to break a glyph of warding. You know?
No. Oh, by the way, they also fixed the Rune Knight. Ready? Let's see if I can find this. Spells.
Nope,
Spells ignore mundane physical laws. Any outcomes beyond those effects are under the DM's purview. And basically, there is another line there somewhere where basically, if we had the account where it'd be like grappling a creature out of its range, it would instantly end it as soon as the turn ended.
So when I heard that, I was thinking the fiery shackles would work underwater. But,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But I was more talking the cloud stupid giant ability of making the big... What was the big sea creature that attacked us? The Kraken.
I don't know.
So the Kraken went to attack someone to kill them, and Jason used his cloud stupid Rune Knight stupid, and not Jason stupid, Rune Knight stupid, so that when the Kraken hit that person, it actually hit someone 30 feet behind Jason back on the ship and grappled them. So now the Kraken is grappling someone like 70 feet away from it. And it was a little bit awkward.
Yeah. There's like ways to describe it, but then you have to change shit. Like, imagine if he freezes time and then it just kind of maneuvers the right person in the right position, but then you'd have to like drag that guy over to where like the length of the arm could possibly be.
Yep.
But you're right, it doesn't say anything like that. So
yeah, and that's what I meant. Like I didn't like that, but now it's like, hey, that shit just ends. So it applies a grappling effect, but then that ends instantly because it doesn't make sense once the spell's over.
well, then what about prone? You knock them prone, do they just pop back up? Because that
No.
doesn't make sense either.
Well, if it was they were grappled held prone, they would still be prone, but the grapple would end because it doesn't help them back up as well. Roguish Architect. What is going on with my stupid things? What is happening? Where are they going? My archetypes have disappeared. I don't know what's going on here.
I'd like to develop a new game system.
Well, talk to Sven. He's doing one.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean your own one?
Every idea yeah, my own one. Like I have a vision of balancing and good scaling. But I want to take it back to like the basics, where like they're adding like you got Vex as a weapon property, but I want it to move up and up and up with each weapon, so you can gain like weapon proficiencies in multiple levels, and everything in your abilities, and then on top of that, I'd like it to be more superhero-y, so we can have a D&D that's fun and not so like locked down,
Yeah, no, I get that.
locked down in the rules, I guess.
Oh, I'm all for that. That I never see my see. I always ignore rules, so a lot of the stuff I argue about doesn't apply to me when I'm DMing because the way I'm like, I, I'm not going to say I'm famous for, but most of the people that enjoy playing with me, it's usually like they try and do something that's a little bit outside the rules, and I'm like, yo, roll a Arcana check. Oh, hang on, we got a. I think this is the first redemption of points I've ever seen on my channel, so that's a cool thing. Didn't know that was a thing. Portal, so level 3 ability, super fun with this build, 100%. What is? Hang on, let me just look at the scout thing because I was looking. Isn't it that you get like, expertise in 2 things? Oh, it's a
Nature and
skirmisher.
survival.
That's the bit.
The skirmishers, the part. That's
It's
good.
very cool. Yeah, I was thinking you guys meant this. I'm like, how does that make you immune? Because you, I'm like, survival doesn't work that way, Solar. He tries to hit me with melee. I survive. I roll for surviving, with expertise. But hang on. So hang on. Portal types, teleporting to Mahoros. Yep, thing. That's how I imagine it working. That's about the extra dimensional spaces. So some games have homebrew rule or magic item where they can replace one letter in a spell for a different effect. What would the 9th level spell fish do? It is a fucking epic question, to which only I know the answer as a dad. So what fish does, this is an ability where you cast it on someone and instantly you're both teleported from where you are to a dimensional plane out of space and time on the shore of a beautiful lake, and both of you are sitting in a beautiful like fold out camp deck chair with beers, and basically you've got like 5 solid questions that get answered truthfully because the BBEG or whoever you're talking to is the perfect amount of inebriated that they're willing to answer your questions and provide you. So this is like a high level spell if you want to know everything about. So you literally go fishing and having a real man-to-man / fighter-to-fighter talk about the world and politics, and it's like 2 drunk mates really getting into it, and you can ask them questions that they'd never answer normally. Or better yet, could be sorry, Fizz, are you following us here?
Well, I was waiting for my turn.
Okay, so I might actually change mine a little bit. Your character is no longer fishing with the BBEG. Sorry, that I'm going to change that. When you use it, they go fishing with the dungeon master. So the god in charge of their world is sitting across from the character, and they're now going for a fish. And if it's me, I'm probably drunk, and I'll probably answer. I'll say 5 questions about the campaign. Honestly. All right, Fizz, what do you reckon? That's a great question, by the way.
So I imagine 9th level fish to be an enchantment spell. Uh, Mod, I showed you a YouTube video in your DMs,
Oh,
but pretty much I imagine it to be everybody's kind of desires, right? So, uh, yeah, whatever you desire is in front of you, and you go off chasing it, but you never actually catch it.
nice, nice. Sorry, I'm getting your video ready for after.
Well, yeah, because that'll fucking explain what I'm getting at here
All right,
for
so
sure.
I'll turn the. What the fuck is this? All right. Oh, you almost had it. Is this the right link?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Because the
This was a
picture
commercial
in the
here in
chat
America.
looked very different to this, but I'll have a look. Oh, you almost had it. Okay.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
So to me, this is 9th level fish.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
He's good.
Oh, you almost had it.
That's good. I like that a lot. How about you, Solar? What would be 9th level fish? Now, I've got a question for yours, Fizz. I fucking love that, by the way. I got a question for yours. So, that is, you'd go off. Basically, it's baiting someone masturbating.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're going for. Is masturbating.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Everybody is just going after their desire, and you're the puppet master to it all.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I think looking at that, I like the idea of the guy goes into a dream sequence and talks to the DM and gets to ask questions as the character about the world.
Yep.
I really like that.
I like where you went with it. This whole like extra dimensional lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool angle on it all.
I just can't decide if mechanically that's enough for a 9th level spell. I think it is, getting to talk to the god that is a real god above the gods, which I like to call Deity M, because there's 12 other gods of the realm, and then the 13th is the god outside the game, known as the DM, or Deity M. M being the 13th letter of the alphabet. All the fish in the plane-wide area get teleported into a plane you choose. Or an area you choose. Fish, whale. Oh, God. Wait, hang on. Did Jesus cast fish? You know how, like, he did bread and fish for everyone at the lake? Was that a 9th level fish spell? Or was that just create food and water?
I don't know. It's probably just create food and water.
Yeah, probably.
We should do that. Let's go figure out what level in class Jesus was, or Moses, or whoever. Like,
oh, speaking of Moses,
I think
did you hear they found the area that their crossing happened?
No.
So I was watching this. I don't know if it was a documentary or a news story, because there was some people talking about it. So it was like, I think it was a news story that was getting talked about in a documentary. But basically, there's a part of like the Red Sea where there's a tidal change of like 12 meters. And it's like, here's where Egypt was, here's where these people were. There's a tidal plane that goes between two mountains and out here. And supposedly...
Oh, wait a minute. 12 meters, that's like 100 feet, right?
Yeah.
We have the same thing where I live. There was a whole different land 100 feet lower than us.
Well, that's where the Mormon Jesus was in America. That's where the Mormon Moses was. Sorry, the other. I'm assuming the Mormons had a Moses there.
No.
No, just another. Okay, that's my bad.
No, I don't know anything about the Mormons. I can't even speak on it.
Well, they had another birth of the Christ. They had the Jesus one. They had another one. But no, they actually found
That
like this
makes sense because
area.
there's more moms.
They found this area where the tidal flats change, where they literally would have had like water come in and basically people run across, and then an entire caravan got drowned. And they found like hundreds of chariots, like all the wood was gone, but the wheels from the chariots, like all the golden plaques and stuff,
Yeah.
were all like there, and they just found hundreds of them. There's like, it basically looks like one army was right. So there's like hoof marks, like all this stuff was all fossilized and like human remains and that. And yeah, they basically were like, it looks very much like this is the area where everything worked out for a group of people running away from a large army. And a lot of people are saying this is where Moses parted the seas, but really they just were very lucky with their timings that the tide came in with a 12-meter fucking swell and drowned everyone. Which still could be an act of God, just maybe not or maybe it was even a great war plan. But hang on,
It could also be like, yeah, an act of what?
reading the
Tides.
stars and
Yeah.
full moons
Not too
coming.
hard to figure. You know, I went out one day onto an island. I took a boat, a pretty decent sized boat, beached myself, and I'm gonna have a day on the island, just a little barbecuing, a couple of people. It happened to be the highest tide of the year when I beached the boat. I
Oh.
spent the next 24 hours digging my boat out. Like
Oh,
I
dude.
had to dig a canal to like.
Oh, we've all been there. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I almost did the
I
same thing once.
It never mattered, right? Because you chill, 6 hours later the tide comes up, you pull off. That's always been the way, right? Like it's no,
Yeah.
but no, we were stranded high and dry. The water didn't even come close back to the boat.
Yeah, you were probably
Yeah.
there on like a king tide where it's like literally up.
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Solar
This
said
once a
wildfire
year
druid
thing.
/ light cleric. You know, with the burning bush and all that stuff, which is good. Or shepherd druid, either works. To make it easy on
Yeah, I
myself,
guess.
I'm going to go with 2024 only on my restrictions. And what are you thinking?
Well, I don't know because the party in the water is going to be like a high level. Druids would have it. There's certain like water control spells that happen with druids. So that, I mean that works. The wildfire druid, I get the burning bush, but you know it's got that little extra spiritual companion, which is weird. That like that fire spirit, which I guess if you just left it up there where the bush was burning, it would work.
Now,
Uh,
this is going to be a little bit, I think I'm going
ooh,
to
I
go
like
with
shepherd druid.
trickery domain cleric.
Yeah.
Not because, like, obviously I believe Jesus existed because Jesus is.
Wait, are we doing Jesus or Moses? There's this
Oh,
big
sorry.
distinction
No,
here.
sorry. I was doing Jesus. That's my bad. Moses. Well, I'm going Tempest Druid. Tempest Cleric.
What did Moses do? Like, I'm sorry, I'm a little
Moses
ignorant
parted
here.
the sea and led people
And,
away from slavery. So,
yeah, but what else?
but what have
What
you done
like
for me lately?
like what magical shit did Moses do?
Parted the sea, and he also did the plagues. So I think that's why Solar's gone with the Shepherd Druid, which actually isn't a bad call. I'm gonna have a
Okay,
look at the druids.
he part seas, he gleaned water from a stone and got chocolate stains out of a white shirt.
I don't think that last one was one. Hang on. No, you're right. It says right there, chocolate stains, white shirt.
Yeah.
So he was the one that did the Passover. Like he spread the word of God about Passover and all that stuff. like, hey, put the blood of your firstborn on sheep on your door, or it'll take your firstborns. Which honestly sounds a little bit warlocky.
Ooh, he turned his staff into a snake. Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'm going warlock for this. What am I doing? What is going on with this? Why am I getting so few classes? Is the site buggered up?
No.
I'm like
You're
in it,
going
and it
to
only goes down to the first
2024.
few classes, and now it's. Oh, okay, it's in chapters. Okay, I'm seeing now. So it goes down to monk, and then you have to go character classes continued to get the rest.
Different page.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
dumb. Because we all know they're not on pages.
They're not on actual PS. Thank you.
Like, it should just be a complete list. Okay, D&D Beyond, that's your first thing I don't like about the 2024. So Warlock subclasses. Yeah, look, right here. I'm just saying it right now. Calm emotions. What? I think
He didn't calm emotions. Did
no,
he have
no.
like
I'm
entire
saying
like
sorry. I'm
police
just saying.
forces after him?
I think this is Jesus.
Oh,
Calm emotions, kept everyone chill. But no, Celestial Patron. What's he do? Restoration, Wall of Fire, Greater Restoration, Summon Celestial. Not really. Fiend Patron.
Oh, wait. Moses got the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a Pact of the Tome Warlock to me.
Oh, I like it.
We just got to figure out. I mean, you can speak to any bush on fire. You can do that.
Well,
just light
Fiend
a bunch of
Patron's
fire.
got some flame shit. But I was looking at Confusion, Clairvoyance, Detect Thoughts.
What really made Moses special wasn't talking to a burning bush or coming down with, shit written on a rock, right? Because you can just do that.
Yeah.
It was his staff. The one thing he did was his staff. The Moses staff was used to produce water from a rock, transform into a snake, and part the Red Sea. One more thing, manna from heaven. Moses asked God for food, and manna came from heaven. What?
Solar dragons on fucking fire. Using speak to plants on a bush that's currently on fire is probably not a good idea for most bushes.
Fuck yes.
Dude, I'm writing that down. That is a fucking amazing idea. And before you see a burning bush. I can't speak to plants. Oh my God, help me, I'm on fire. Why is this guy just sitting there watching me? Why isn't he helping? Oh my God. That's fucking great.
I'll put it out. Just give me my second commandment.
I really like that. Burning bush. Talk to plants.
Oh my, that's a great curse, right? You give somebody an item that lets them speak to plants. They don't know it, but every night when they set up their campfire, those logs scream.
Yeah, as people are cutting down trees, it's like, ow, oh, fuck, my nuts. As the nuts fall out of the tree. Oh, my nuts.
That's hilarious.
That's great. That's really good.
All right, so the staff needs to turn into a snake and part a sea and create water. You should have
Well,
his
hang on.
tablet.
What does the blade do now? Back to the blade. Do you get to change your weapon? And when you cast a sword, choose an all form. Oh, look, fine for me. Back to the chain. So you got a venomous snake. Back to the tome. Oh, dude, yeah, you can take Pack to the Blade, Pack to the Chain, and Pack to the Tome on one Warlock now.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you need all three.
Pardon?
I said, well, you would need all three.
Yeah, and you can take all three on one warlock now. They've just made them invocations, which is great.
That's no.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I don't get it. Because all of the other stuff, like when you take Pact of the Blade, there's like Thirsting Blade, and prerequisite is Pact of the Blade. So how does Thirsting Blade read now?
Well, listen, there's only one way we can do this for real.
Was just by looking at Thirsting Blade?
No, that's too simple. That's too simple. We need to be more complex. So here we go. We have Moses.
Can we do Samson next, except give it like a Zohan flair?
Oh, hang on. I'm going to do this one as Samson because he looks... Samson. And I'll do another one. Actually, let's do Samson now.
I mean, Samson just has strength, right?
Yeah. That's why I was saying do him now because he's easy. Samson. And I'm going to turn off Homebrew. We're doing 2024 only. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He was an Isra Elite Warrior and Judge. Or Divinely Inspired Leader. Renowned for the prodigious strength that had derived from his uncut hair.
Yeah, I chose a picture of beautiful hair. So Solar said Barbarian Monk, no question. Or Pure Barbarian for the Barbarian Capstone. Well, let's have a look at the capstone for 2024.
Warrior and Judge. Divinely Inspired Leader. It gets a little more complicated when you add in that stuff. Warrior, Judge, Divinely Inspired Leader.
Athletics, Intimidation. And I'm going to say it's unarmed one.
You're going to need scissors.
Scissors. Sickle?
Maybe War Pick? What about a maul? Just a big ass fucking maul.
Yeah, we'll do more. Sky Maul. That's good.
That's weird. Maul has topple.
The background would have to be like athlete or something, wouldn't it? Farmer, guard. What's his background?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, what is it?
He's a warrior and judge or divinely inspired leader.
Noble. Soldier.
That works. I can see that as in leader and warrior.
Yeah. Which gives you the feat Savage Attacker, which is great.
Divinely inspired. And then what was the other one? Why am I so bad at remembering this?
Survival, because...
Judge.
No, he died, so probably not survival. He is a part of history. And sleight of hair.
No. Judge, you should have insight.
Nice. And the gaming set is, of course, nice. Anti. 3-dragon anti.
But everybody wins when they play with him.
Yeah. No, he's got 3 dragon aunties. Here we go. Species. I think it's got to be Goliath, right? By the way, have you seen the new Goliath?
Some sort of giant. Yeah, yeah. This is really, really, really weird to me.
The new
It
Goliath
just
is kind of
it
like, it's like they were trying
it
to sneak
breaks
fucking Rune Knight in.
it breaks all of the D&D lore because there's
Come
not
on.
Goliath with certain. I'm not half Goliath, half hill giant, right? Like there's ordning. There's an ordning to the giants, and Goliaths fall at the very bottom and aren't a part of these other guys. They wouldn't even associate with, right? And somehow now they're like best buds. So best of buds, they showed them how to do stuff. In fact, gave them their magical power. Like it's just what? What?
What's what?
They should have just named it something else, not Goliath.
Yeah.
Like Giantling or something, you know?
And because I'm pretty sure Samson was really good friends with David of David and Goliath, and also because I rolled a 9 and an 8, his two languages are Gnomish and Goblin.
Oh.
Totally makes sense. Okay, if anyone's got a dice roller, feel free to roll and see if you beat me. But I'm gonna go 11. Ugh, no. I really was hoping for an 18. Unless we caught him on a bad hair day.
You only need one good one.
I did not get one good one.
That's 15.
The last one was like 1. There we go. That'll be a good one. That'll be enough.
15 was enough.
Yeah, I know, but I was just like, I don't want to be too rude. I might have like
Literally, like what,
Christians
level
start
8, you'd be at
protesting me.
20 strength. Level 20, it's what, 24? Fine.
It'll be fine. Dex. No, so I'll make that con. I'll make that Dex. Make that Wisdom. Make that.
I think charisma's got to be kind of high,
Yeah. I might actually put that as.
like a secondary or
Might know that as
tertiary.
Charisma, Wisdom, Intelligence. Ooh, that's looking good.
I love the starting gold thing here.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
That they split it up from background and
Yeah. It's really
class.
good. I love it.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that there's rules for oversized weapons intended for monsters, but technically you can get double damage dice for disadvantage, which is absurd with short swords? Due to Vex. It's not anything preventing from using it, but I think it's a bit goofy. I did not know there was that for oversized weapons. Let me just jump on that.
So, yeah, it's really weird because do you remember what they did to small races? Like small races used to have a faster initiative.
Yeah.
If they used light weapons, they'd go even quicker. There was benefits to being small. Like when you hid, you had like a bonus. You know, and then there were the weaknesses, like you couldn't carry as much strength-wise.
Yeah.
And you couldn't carry a heavy weapon or you'd be at disadvantage to use it. They got rid of all of the positives of being small and kept all the negatives.
Yeah, like
And now they're adding this, which is the same damn thing, but for medium to big.
I'm just blown away that they haven't cracked down on bards. So like, oh, I want to roll for penis size. Well, since you're a small race, I'm going to make you roll with disadvantage for the penis size.
That's not how it works.
Listen, most times I side with each race to their own, and everyone can be unique. And hey, we're the stories of legends. But I just mean mechanically, if there's a gnome with a penis that's like 3 times bigger than a regular size Goliath penis, then that dude's gonna have less than 25-foot movement, if you know what I mean.
No.
Like every time you see a gnome in a
choose
wheelchair,
to
ain't always because he's
buy
disabled.
the magic item, the dildogo stick.
Dildo Baggins.
It's gonna be a racial or species feat for them. Dildogo stick movement.
As he's bouncing on it, you just hear him going, "Oh yeah, oh yeah!" Each bounce.
Out, out.
Also, I have a very fun stat box in the memes chat. Memes chat.
I cast
Oh, you're in. Okay. Hello, Solar. Sorry, I was being inappropriate, and that's Steve G down there as well. Steve G is a legend as well. Yeah, I want to bring this up on the old thingamajig. You, copy link. You get over here. Mosquito. Tiny fiend evil. Armor class 27. Where the fuck is it? Hit points 1. Speed 0. Fly 15 foot. Charisma -5. Yeah, everyone hates them. Oh my god. That's messed up. Challenge rating 5, 100%. Until one of the players rolls a high enough perception check to beat the mosquito's stealth. The mosquito is effectively invisible when it's moving. Sneaky bastard. If the mosquito has not bitten anyone this round, it has advantage on its stealth checks.
the reactions. Great.
I haven't got to that yet. The mosquito targets one opponent and makes a roll of stealth against its passive perception. If it succeeds, the target suffers 1 piercing damage. Once the mosquito has bitten someone, it rolls stealth with disadvantage for the rest of the round. Nice. Do you want to read reaction for me?
Skedaddle. Once per round, the mosquito can use its reaction to add +3 to its AC. If this reaction results in a missed melee attack, the attack instead goes to the creature the mosquito is currently closest to.
That's amazing! That's really good. Oh, dude. That's so good.
Mm-hmm. And it even has a stupid high dex for fireball. But, hit points.
Yeah.
There's also, insect repellent.
I was honestly just thinking.
Annihilation. It's a thing.
I was thinking, should it have evasion? Just because of firewall, just to fuck with people. Because you know when there's a mosquito in your car and you like slap your window and you're right 100%, or like you open the windows and you're 100% sure you fucking got it, and you're like so happy with yourself, and then you just hear as it goes past you, and you're like, or like it should have a special evasion that once per game or something it can use it and disappear. Oh, what's that spell called where you disappear at the end of your turn?
Mislead?
No. Oh, well, that's a good spell as well. But the one where you go into the astral plane or go into the ether.
Etherealness?
Etherealness, maybe. It's not mirror image. It's blink. That's the one.
Yep. Good thinking.
Blink. Yeah, it's like blink would be the perfect spell for a mosquito. It's like, oh, there it is. Wait, where the fuck did it go? Actually, it would explain so much. It's really good. It's in the DMG. Are you serious? It's in the DMG? That is good, man. That is good. Imagine level 20 mosquito rogue. Yeah, fuck that.
Wait, the mosquitoes in the DMG?
I think he was saying the
was
DMG
destroyed.
for their oversized rules. I think. Oh, I was so impressed if they put this in the DMG though.
No, because the action is messed up. The whole stealth for
Yeah.
take damage, that's bad.
I I think it's a really well written monster sheet to represent real life though.
Yep,
Like,
I could have done without that one part.
yeah. Oh, that's insane. That's good. But yeah, the I'll quickly have a look at this, but I'm gonna have to head soon because it is getting late and I got stuff to do tomorrow, which involves driving for multiple hours to pick up some equipment. What else was I doing? We're doing the rogue, we're doing that. Yeah, Solar, always feel free to jump on. I know we're at different time zones to you. 6 a.m. your time was like almost midnight our time.
9:50 for me, a.m. Almost 10 a.m. for me.
Oh my god, he's stalking me. He's following me. I don't. Oh, how do you know where I lived?
Which is like midnight for you, right?
Yeah. It's 12:42 at the moment. I went to Baldur's Gate, but I'm just gonna close it. Um. And what was I doing? Blink.
I
Yeah.
want to play stupid one shots where like you're a pack of blink dogs and have to achieve something, you know?
I actually played one with Grace the other day. Where the hell am I? I played one with Grace the other day. That was it's called like Find the Witch or something. They played it on one of the D&D podcasts I listened to. Fetch Quest. It's called Fetch Quest.
Yeah, I tuned in.
Oh, you did? I forgot we streamed that.
Yeah.
But that's from Dungeons and Daddies is where I first heard of it. But it was like a Kickstarter. It was really good. I have a mod that adds a bunch of 5e Warlock invocations to among those Eldritch Spirits. Yeah, how do the new mods go? Because I was interested in that, and like, it's one of those things that you saw. There was a new mod
There's a
thing, didn't
mod
you,
panel
Fizz?
now. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind. So I don't. I get wary, right? Because I haven't made out of Act 1 yet, and if I start adding mods, I don't want to get glitch locked out either, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, but I do want Eldritch Spear. We should have it anyway. There's no reason why we shouldn't have that. It's like a real thing. So if it's like just adding in base stuff, I'm okay with it.
Listen,
There's also the part where like you can scale it up to level 20, right?
I
It's kind of a bummer to know that it's going to end at level 12.
the only thing I really want to do on it is just make it so I don't get locked into one player for my love sequences. Because nothing annoyed me more than like at the end of like I finished Act 1 I think on one game. I never left the Act 1 area, but we did the thing after you clear the goblin camp. There's like a party, and everything I'd heard about the party from anything on YouTube was like, oh, when you go there, like everyone wants to have sex with you. Fizz, I got denied by everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't say that. That hurts my
But
feelings.
so you know how BG3 kind of is like another cherry popper, like Tasha's Cauldron was for this one D&D.
Yeah.
One of the things I hate about BG3 is that I can't take the dodge action, and I can't hold my action to do reactions. I can't like ready,
Yeah.
right? Like when you play Celeste or every other D&D game before this, you could, right?
Yeah.
Can we dodge in the new D&D, and can we ready an action
In
in
the
the
new
new
D&D
D&D?
or in BG3?
No, I know we can't do it in BG3, but it's the first time that that's ever happened. But they apparently got, heads up because a lot of this stuff is the same, right? So I'm wondering, in the new rules, can we dodge and can we ready an action?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can still do
So
that.
there's a mod for the dodge action.
Okay, there is. Awesome. That's cool. What I was about to say is I'm actually just gonna look that up now. Ready, action. Here you go. Ready, dodge and ready.
I mean, they should be, but like I just wanted to make sure.
No, that's right. But I was gonna say, in regards to that, this is really cool. Saw it on a YouTube video, and then I got excited about it because people are upset. And usually, when people get upset about things, that's when I get excited because usually people are dumb. So, are you ready?
The math. Yep.
Feats, general feats. Loading. Go right down here, down to the W, Warcaster.
Okay.
Have you seen this yet? So
No, I tried not to look, but
you gain the following benefits. Abilities. Hang on, I'll bring this up just in case. I'll read. Nexus mods. I have a mod, and there we go. Also in 5e, you can get 1,200 foot range of spell sniper, eldritch spear, distance spell. The Nexus.
Yep, that makes sense.
Nexus mods. Okay, I'm going to save that in the thing. So I got the link. There we go. Before I move on, the mod for the dodge action. Yeah, Eldritch Armor is very fun with Hexblade and Pact of the Blade. Yes, it would be. Invocation would be pretty much be Pact of the Blade with the armor. It's from UA though. Yeah, that's bloody cool though. I did want to do mods, but I mainly want them for love because I'm a very desperate and lonely person. Ask my wife. So we got Warcaster, ability score increase, so that's already good. Concentration, advantage on concentration saving checks, so that's good. Now, somatic components, you can do somatic components even when you have a weapon or shield, so all that's the same. Now, here's where it gets different. When a creature provokes an opportunity attack from you by leaving your reach, you could take a reaction to cast a spell at the creature rather than making an opportunity attack. The spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only that creature.
Okay.
Opportunity attack. You can make an opportunity attack when a creature that you can see leaves your reach using its action, its bonus action, its reaction, or one of its speeds. To make the opportunity attack, take a reaction and make 1 melee attack with a weapon or an armed strike. So obviously you're casting a spell. This means, like what you're saying about readying an action, if I run past you and you've got the Warcaster feat, you can use the reaction to cast haste on me. Or cast some sort of bonus thing on, divine weapon or some shit.
Okay.
People were upset about that. I was like,
you want to do Ultimate Glory, huh?
I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. The only thing is, it has to target that person. So it's got to be a buff spell if it's someone on your own team.
Well, it can't be someone on your own team.
What was that, sorry?
It can't be anybody on your own team.
Yeah, it can. That's literally what I'm saying. They've changed the wording from when an enemy. It's now when a creature that you see leaves your reach using its action, bonus action, or reaction.
Wow, so they got rid of like the hostile word.
Yes.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, they forgot to put it in. And
well, the part that doesn't matter is this. It says it ignores opportunity attack in Warcaster.
What was that, sir?
In the Warcaster feed, it says ignore opportunity attack. So I'm guessing they're saying ignore the opportunity attack rules, which you're reading now.
No, provokes an where's the ignore?
Rather than making an opportunity attack.
Yes.
So rather than using those rules, you're gonna do
this. reactive spell.
And this still says creature. It doesn't say hostile. God damn it.
I know, right? But
Yep.
honestly,
It's not bad, but it's weird.
it's cool.
Yeah.
And like, think about it. How many combats have you had that were kind of messed up because somebody's like, I'm going to run in and attack them. And everyone's like, no, wait until my turn. And then I'm going to cast this thing. And it totally just draws out the combat because everyone's waiting for everything to be right. And I want to do my thing. Then you can do your thing. And then we'll all do our things. But now it's going to be like, I run in past this mofo. And the first guy goes haste. And the second guy goes... Like, they all just pat you on the butt as you run through for the touchdown.
I think what we should do is secretly get an Oath of Glory build with Warcaster, Haste, and all that other shit going.
Hell yes.
And like let's make Oath of Glory great again.
This is something we have to do. Hang on, how can we make that into MAGA to piss people off? Make Moga. Oath of Glory great again. Moga. Make Oath of Glory great again. That's actually good.
And I could take the Bardic Inspiration chick, the Glamour Bard.
Yeah.
Right? That could be the person that casts the haste, but also lets you use reaction to move past, so they can do it immediately. Bonus action Bardic Inspiration. Everybody gets 10 hit points. Moves past me. I cast haste on one. That person zooms to the front line.
Yeah.
Oath of Glory kicks in, plus 10 for everybody.
I'm still bummed they screwed over my Oath of Glory.
Wait, they did?
Yeah. Literally, like, actually, I'll show you. Ready? YouTube. I forget what my YouTube page is called, so I'm just going to search Oath of Glory among mates. Hopefully. Oh, fuck. I'm on.
I really wish D&D Beyond would get a better server, because I go to click links and it doesn't load, and I'm like, is it just, did I not click it? Or do I have to click it again? Is it just taking too long, or?
Where did my shit go? Yeah, no, I hate it when that happens. I don't know where my thing is. Oh, I might not have done any. What the fuck is that? What the shit?
What? What are we doing here?
Oh, sorry. I was looking through YouTube and like I'm like D&D, like all my recommended stuff. And then there's just like a big booty. And I was like,
My
oh.
God. Is it weird? Mouth's watering?
A little bit. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Vomit on my sweater. Bobbing on the front of my pants already. Where is this? Oh, that was it. That was it. I knew it. Why did it not come up straight away? I literally released like 30-second video saying everything I love about Aura of Alacrity. I just love the idea. And I was like, how good is it that they... I'll mute it. I'm just like, how good is it that they like... It's the only spell that mechanically doesn't work, but thematically does. It makes so much sense. This guy, he's not worried about self-preservation or his team. He's running in for glory. And I was like, think of like Aragorn when he's like, for Frodo, and then runs off and leaves everyone behind. Now, mechanically, like those guys getting to the battle first and dying is way funnier than but now what they've done is they've gone, hey, listen. So Aura of Alacrity used to be if somebody starts their turn in your area, like in your 10 foot, their speed's increased by 10 feet.
Yeah.
Which would basically never happen, because if you're like a Aura of Alacrity and like you've taken alert to represent how keen you are for a fight, and you've also got a high dex, you're like running in
The thing
first.
is that paladins never do. They
Well,
put their points in strength, con, and charisma, leaving dex as their dump for their martial.
well, yeah,
So they usually have 8 dex and go last.
well, that's not what I did. I went max dex and max strength because I played a glass cannon with no charisma that just wanted to drop smites on people.
Yeah, people do that as well. You're right.
Yeah, but like I was literally playing a character that just wanted to run in and die. Well, and be glory. Going for
Got
those
it. Suicide bomber.
suicide bomber, yeah, just going for the big cloud sword attacks. And anyways, now it's whenever they enter your aura for the first time on a turn or start their turn there, the ally speed's increased by 10 feet until the end of their next turn. So now that they can keep up with you. Whereas before, if you started before them, you'd just fucking run off. So if you ran and dashed, you'd literally, like, I think I played a game with you guys, like a one shot, where I was playing this character basically. And I got first on initiative, and I ran and jumped over a wall and ran into a room and activated all the traps. And the necromancer summoned like 600 things inside the room, and the door shut behind me. And then like I just died, and then you guys died of a gas chamber. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like I ruined the game for everyone, but it was funny. But then this is good. I like mechanically this is better, but I used to like the one where you ran off. Like I think I'd like it more if this was 20 feet.
I really want to see what would happen if, I mean, just with that guy and that bard, both of them tabaxis, and then I don't know what else, but we can figure something else out later. Right? 'Cause
Yeah.
that alone is Warcaster. I mean, that's golden, right? Now, let's have them chase something like a leprechaun, but not a shit leprechaun, not a little fat, stumpy, funny shoed leprechaun. Use a quickling. Have you seen quicklings?
No.
Go to the monsters, search for quickling. Little fey creature. I'm picturing leprechauns like this, like they are about their money. Running with that shit.
Oh. Wait, where'd the picture go? There it is. They're cool. Be funny if you could cast fireball with your warcaster. Yeah.
120 feet, blurred movement. 3 dagger attacks. I mean, now I'll let you guys chase those. They steal something from you, run away, and the party's got to chase them. I don't know.
No. I'm actually going to steal that for my my regular thing I do for. This is what I do in. So I'm going to play this now in YouTube. This will be the last thing I do because I got to go to bed. But in Golden Axe, the old game, they used to have these little thieves that would come and steal your magic potions, and you had to run around and kick them.
Yes.
They are now quicklings in my games. I used to have them come in and you could kick them and get magic items and gold and shit.
Yeah.
But now they're going to be quicklings, so there's going to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, like you could literally just have this shitty little leprechaun go up to the party while they're sleeping, get all their stuff together in a bag, and as soon as they wake up, he takes off with whatever he grabbed, right? They're all prone, it's half their movement, and it's 120 feet away. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's too much, but...
No, I hear you. I like this. I think it's great. But hey...
But if I was a quickling, I'd be a damn thief, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. Solar, Fizz, I've had a mad time chatting tonight. You're a very funny person, Solar. Fizz, you're funny as always. I'm glad that Hurricane dropped down to a 3. Yeah, 3's doable.
Yeah. You know what's scary about 5 is there's nothing higher, right? So when you're on 5, it's like, did we just crest 4 into 5, or are we like 10 times?
Yeah,
5s are scary.
yeah. The only thing
Yeah.
scarier than a 5 is if you hear talk of them like, should we make a new category like a 6? And you're like,
Yeah.
what? They're like, yeah, it's like the wave is like 12 foot high at the moment, just coming in. The rain seems to be solid ice.
We have marks in like years, like little placards
Yeah,
on our light poles that show the different heights of different year hurricanes because they come in and they stain the wooden poles, you know. Uh, so like it leaves a mark, and they always like somebody goes there and yeah, you know. So they do get high. They're like 20 foot, 30 foot high. Like they're stupid. The water that comes in. Anyway,
I was just thinking about something when you said, like, I was listening to you, and then I thought about the quicklings, and then I heard you say they do get high, and I started thinking about the quicklings being high and running around, like stealing your food or something,
yeah.
and it was just a funny thought. But no,
Oh God, imagine that. Your party goes into the woods. They go on their adventure. They get all their gear. They head off, but their rations are stolen every night.
yeah, by these
Just
fucking
their
quicklings.
rations. Yes. Then they got
Well,
to set up traps, figure out who's doing it, or starve. Like it's
well, have you seen the new Wonka?
uh,
Okay, so Willy Wonka, Charlie Chocolate Factory.
okay.
They released a new movie along those sort of lines, where it's like
Yeah.
the pre as normal. They've gone to the prequel, like him coming into town, setting up his chocolate factory, and it's actually
Right.
how he formed a contract with the Oompa Loompas. And what it
Nice.
is the Oompa Loompa, like one of them, played by Hugh Grant, is robbing him and following him around, and he's like a little guy, but it's very funny. But yeah, no, love that. So Solar, good chat. And I'll just quickly might not be fast enough to escape the Tabaxi Rogue Monk Barbarian Fighter. Actually, yeah, how fast do they go?
Oh yeah, that's the third party member, the one that he's building up.
Yeah, but its attack rolls against the Quickling have, like, I think that's a rule. I think if you're moving at over like 120 feet per turn, you should have they should have disadvantage on attacks against you. I feel if you're getting up to like 200 feet per turn, it should be like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have a trouble hitting this guy as he goes past you. Right?
Maybe.
Maybe. But nighty night, guys. I'm gonna head and oh fuck, I love talking this. So next, I was actually thinking, if I don't have to leave tomorrow, because they moved one of my Thursday appointments later, I might not need to leave tomorrow. If I don't need to leave, I'll put something together for later. But I do want to run a like one shot stupid rules on the new rules.
Yeah.
Like just do like a super simple one shot. Like be like, hey, the premise I was thinking was, you arrive at a tavern. The person's like, hey, yeah, what can I get you? You're like, I'll get some food. And then as you sit down to eat, no one comes back. And when you go into the kitchen, everyone's dead. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you see people arriving, and it's like the town guard all arriving for their weekly dinner to talk, so you're all of a sudden put into a social situation you can't escape from, but you got to hide bodies and shit. And, I thought that'd be a funny place to start a one shot. But,
Yeah.
yeah, something along those lines, and then see what people can do with the subclass and have some fun.
I think one thing you could do to make your games better, in my opinion, is
Are you
use
saying they're not perfect? I'm
is
just kidding,
to use
Timothy.
skill challenges.
I love
Otherwise, so I'm ready to go into combat order because I'm like, well, I could use my reaction to do this, or he's taken an action, so I should be able to take an action, and I get really frustrated. But if you turn it into a skill challenge, we can all just say whatever we're doing and then roll for it, and then you just kind of narrate the whole thing, which is more your play style. So I think you should like look into skill challenges. Uh, So like
Yeah.
people like me don't lose their nerve.
Yeah, no,
You know?
I'm up for skill challenges. But like you want me to announce this is going to be a skill challenge sort of thing.
Well, yeah, so that people know, hey, the events that are about to happen are mostly story based and role play and
Oh yeah,
social
okay, cool.
and are not dependent on the stuff that you spent hours deciding for your character. This is going to be for fun. So do whatever you want, have fun, and we're gonna roll random bullshit. Uh, and then
I think I should.
whatever happens, happens.
I,
It's like a disclaimer, like we're not playing D&D. We're gonna do this instead.
I completely
know?
agree with you, but instead of doing it at the start of the skill challenge, I might have to do it at the start of the session because, like, it should be like, guys, this is going to be generally skill challenges and stuff. If something happens, we may end up in combat, maybe, but at which point, some other bullshit will probably happen where you guys outsmart me because I'm not very smart.
Fucking
But
players, man. The hive mind is
it's
such a challenge
it's
for a GM.
amazing, isn't it? Like, I still think one of the guys busting out because I gave out all these items, and I gave them more and more items because they were like, the fact they weren't using the items was annoying me, so I gave them more and more items just to sort of push it to the absurd. And then this guy pulled out like 8 of them and used them all really fucking creatively in a perfect way to just obliterate through a skill challenge that like skipped half a chapter of like planned stuff. And I was like, fucking well done.
Good for him. Yeah.
I did not see that combo. Like, I'm usually pretty aware of items I give out. That combination of fucking Tetris knowledge was not something I picked up on. Like, I knew like the last one he used, but like to get to that skill check, I thought he would have had to be like 3 levels higher with this thing and this thing, and and help from a guy. But he was like, if I use this and then do this and then I got this, then I'll get 35. I can roll a 35, which is basically what he needed. But yeah. Anyways, nighty night, dude, and I'll talk to you soon. And see you, Solar. And I just got to find where my stream is. Is my stream still on? Yes, my stream's still on. All right, night, guy.